Again, why this is so scary is that there's more than enough evidence to show this dude's innocence. Yet a panel of his peers apparently did not see it that way. You have to fucking constantly fucking what approve. You gotta somehow prove your existence or have them approve your existence of being places. What the fuck is this shit? His dad lived in fucking place in the place where he went. He got a job protecting something like a regular security guard, ones that protect banks and other things, or maybe even other fucking types of buildings. You know what I mean? That would need a guard, armed guard. You people are scared of that guy? A kid that fucking never pointed his gun at anyone? Holy fucking shit! Or where there's no evidence of any of this shit, yo. Any at all. Any at all. And then your star witness admits that he fucking shot him when he pointed the gun at him. But yet you guys fucking, I don't know, like at least fucking what? 7 out of the 9 people here still for some reason fucking think that this dude shouldn't go outside. You tell people to go outside, and when they go outside and get attacked by fucking people, you get mad at the fucking person who gets attacked. It is crazy. It is fucking crazy, dog. Do we not all see this dude running away from Rosenbaum before he got shot? At least 4 or 5 times. Then finally got away. And then what you guys consider an active shooter ran with his gun down, never up at anybody to even at least get him out of his way. He didn't turn before them 2 dudes hit him in the face. He didn't turn and shoot them. And only shot at the other dude when he fucking kicked him in the face, bro. Didn't shoot that black man in his back when he ran away, when he see that he gave up. But when the other dude fucking was still in his grill with the skateboard, yeah, he shot him dead. Good shit. Because if we didn't notice there was another guy waiting to hit that dude with a stick, it would have been a fucking violent scene. Just for him being there. Even if he didn't have a gun and sat there with to protect something, he would have gotten fucked up. And you guys would have been sitting there clapping yourselves. This is why it is scary. A panel of his peers. This is his peers here, yo. Holy shit. And you got one guy saying, oh, he fucked up because he didn't have a military mind not to stay with his group. Well, they all supposed to go together while they took a piss, dog? They piss in fucking unison? Are you stupid? But the nigga can't walk, get some fucking fresh air. He wants to sit in one place all the time. And you figured since you have a gun around your fucking shoulder, nobody's going to fuck with you. He ain't intimidating anybody. And if you're intimidated by a fucking person sitting there smoking a cigarette, not even thinking about you with a pistol around his shoulder, you are a girl. Or really soft. My fault, you're not a girl. You were just a soft person. Because I just seen a fucking thing the other day where homegirl jumped out the car with a rifle and shot some people up just to protect their boyfriend. Like, what is wrong with these people? What is wrong with any of you? And they keep saying legal mumble jumble. But like, dude, I'm watching the same shit you're watching. There's no legal fucking anything that could fucking change my mind. Unless, like I said, you got this some fucking manifesto of this dude being like, yes, on such a date, I went down there to kill the black man. Even though, for some reason, when I went down to a Black Lives Matter fucking meeting, I didn't meet one black person. I didn't get the chance to kill one fucking black person. Even though I ran through the streets looking for him, never found one. Not a one. But you know what I did find? 3 innocent white boys that seemed to circle around me and offer assistance in my way of life. Is that what really happened? Is that what really happened? He went down to shoot fucking black folks, but when he got down there was surprised that there was no black people. Shot up all the white folks he could find. And again, unless you know something about these 3 white folks that fucking Kyle knew that we didn't know. You know what I mean? Even though they said we didn't know that dude from a hole in the wall beforehand, even though this dude was fucking watching him at least 3 or 4 times in this tape, still didn't know Kyle from a fucking hole in the wall. Oh my god. This shit is nuts.
This out. I don't have high hopes, but maybe we could parse out, like, why is it that a 17-year-old with a rifle going into a community in order to defend property is morally acceptable, is morally, like, reprehensible, disgusting even. But, you know, the day he turns 18, we can give him a rifle and he can go to Iraq, and the day he turns 21, we...
But it's not disgusting for a group of people to burn down a whole fucking community when they're mad at the government. You get mad at the government, burn down a bunch of businesses. And you wonder why these businesses get fucking refunds and shit like that from the government. Maybe because fucking almost the riot is like a natural disaster. Almost. But my fault,
give him a pistol and he can become a cop.
More about life than I do.
Very clearly, the moral impetus that Kyle Rittenhouse had can be used for positive means. It just wasn't used for positive means.
I think that's more authority than the army. Than the police officer.
Handled himself perfectly. No, absolutely fucking not. Yes. Part of the reason why there's 2 dead people and part of the reason why there's a grossly injured person is because...
Remember, there's fucking 2 dead people because they assaulted another person with a fucking gun, dude. Holy shit. Why is Kyle in the wrong for fucking just existing? This shit is crazy. And it's like they don't want to acknowledge that. They don't want to acknowledge somebody being a fucking tat. So if he didn't fucking threaten any of these people. Holy shit!
Because he got separated from his group, so he left himself like open to be attacked. This would be something that a law enforcement officer or a military member would have known not to do. And as a result of his negligence, he got 2 people killed and 1 person greatly maimed.
Come with me to the
he didn't handle
bathroom
himself perfectly. I'm happy he got to do the
penis.
John Wick voodoo after he fucked up by getting separated from his group. But god damn it! And then on top of that, this is my last point, and then I'll yield the floor.
No point.
Like, this is an opportunity for de-escalation. After these intros, I don't exactly have...
De-escalation. Imagine trying to de-escalate something with somebody telling you, I'm gonna rape you once you're by yourself. When I catch you alone, I'm raping you. I'm gonna straight fucking violate you at every point of the way. And you know what's funny? Nobody around here is going to help you because you are the opposition. Even though we all look the same. I'm a white guy, he's a white guy, he's a white guy, he's a white guy. We're only attacking white people here. We're going to make this the biggest racial issue in life. In life, yo. Biggest racial issue in life. Kyle didn't point his gun at nobody's dudes pushing fucking dumpster fires out of the way. Why won't any of these guys talk about any of this shit?
My hopes for that, because it seems like everybody just wants to repeat the same fucking narratives that got us here in the first place. But I'll leave it for the open and maybe we can pack some of this
somebody
shit
wanted to protect this shit.
Okay, so we have one more intro. It's going to be Brent's. But I want to say that what we're going to do, instead of going straight into it, due to like how different people look at this situation, we're going to have people raise their hand. And I'm just going to choose who starts this off so we can get the ball rolling. So we're going to have Brent next.
Scary.
All right, so I guess it's time to piss everybody off. Because I'm going to say some stuff that pisses everyone off here.
Nothing to us.
It's spooky, scary.
But... yeah, this is in the art of compromise, right? This is in the idea of keeping things in the realm of logic. Okay, so we have 17-year-old gentleman who is dropped off knowingly by his mother to defend businesses. Yeah. Is he legally within his right to carry the rifle? Yes. Does he lawfully possess the rifle? No, it's someone else's. He is lawfully having the gun on his persons, which creates a loophole there. Now we can argue, should he have ever been there? Would I have called him and who I call the
you just fucking going thing. This is a 4-hour podcast. This is something that got things.
Do what the police want to do. They don't want to do.
That's been going on all week.
Should we
even on
stigmatize them? Not necessarily.
Even on the fucking
you should judge people that do.
They were still doing this shit.
Take the law in their own hands and decide to do things like that.
Who took his law in their own hands?
That being said, that does not give the right for an 11 times convicted,
my fault.
We'll just say offender. I don't want to get the show in any trouble here. But an 11 times convicted offender, another person who then not witnessing, but rather adhering to a call for vigilante justice to cranium Kyle, making the same fatal mistake that Rosenbaum did by grabbing at the gun. Does that give them the right to attack the kid? No. Do I believe that self-defense is what we've seen? I think all 3 times were clear, cut and clear moments of self-defense. Where do I think that we should be?
It should end there. There should be no more fucking discussion, bro. No discussion at all. No discussion at all.
We should be looking at to fix this from a point of reconciliation. Well, I think we really should look at how the FBI and how all state and local authorities...
This ain't all this other bullshit. Again, dog, if the FBI was to look at that, that's why the FBI didn't take it on. They looked at that shit and was like, I don't want that. Yo, you know what I mean? Remember, FBI federals, the feds, they fucking make sure 99% of the time they're going to get a conviction. They looked at that shit and was like, I don't want that. Like, you see all the fucking evidence on this shit, dude? It's not our fault. This wackadoo fucking thought that this little dude was fucking meat, yo. He seen him and seen meat. That's why he stalked him. That's why you got the fucking prosecutor trying to do mental gymnastics saying, oh, you mean when jump kick man jumped over you? When this guy jumped over you. You know what I mean? Or when fucking Rosenberg came to hand you flowers, why did you shoot him? What are you guys, like, what is this argument, yo? What is this argument? Holy shit, dog. And then it's like you guys are like, public opinion? If everybody's public opinion could be the same as this dude is guilty just because he was there, just because he gave these people agitation enough to fuck him up, just for being there. Holy fuck. What if Kyle had no weapon? The dude said the same thing. This guy chased Kyle until Kyle found a weapon and shot the dude. Would we still be saying Kyle's a fucking thing? Kyle's the victim here? Now Rosenberg?
He's handled the riots. Also, we need to look at the fact that Rosenbaum, a person who was released from a mental ward, and then immediately went to go riot. We have to ask the same way we would ask Wendy Rittenhouse, what the hell are you doing dropping your son off?
Exactly.
Something that
he looks like he's all about Black Lives Matter.
Known to be dangerous.
All about
and then we have to
fucking
also
Black Lives.
ask, who is allowing Rosenbaum to keep doing what he's doing? That is what starts the first domino. That's what kicks all of this off. That's what starts the chase. That's making multiple.
Why this wackadoo got a hockey t-shirt on, yo? Let me find out he's a fucking One Piece fan as well. This is getting out of hand, people. Oda, you have to pull back your skills a little bit, yo. A lot of people that are liking this shit that I don't want liking. Cause yo, any other person, if you're a fan of One Piece and you don't see this shit as self-defense all the way through, something wrong, dog. Something wrong. And then to make it a fucking a racial thing, it is just crazy. Fucking crazy, bro.
To not just Rittenhouse, but other people in the crowd as well. Guys. And so what I'm saying is, in the art of compromise, I think if we were going to go after anyone, it would be a point of reconciliation with law enforcement, and then it would be possibly finding a window of pursuing the fact that Wendy Rittenhouse knowingly leaves her son somewhere. He's a minor, and that to me is where the avenue of jurisdiction is. Other than that,
let me find out you got to hold your 17-year-old's hand everywhere you go. Again, all right, I'm going to leave my son with a fucking gun. Who's going to bother him? Who is fucking chasing somebody else with a gun? What is wrong with you fucking people, bro? Any of you, especially somebody running to the fucking police. Let's stop hiding. Let's stop hiding the facts. Stop hiding the facts, bro. People, hippie dippy, whatever the fuck these people are, bro. Even though I got on fucking corny ass this dude's fucking bullshit. You know what I mean? Why? Why would you? Why? Anybody at any point in time could do from day one of the trial all the evidence. All the evidence. You have the power. You got the power to grab the evidence and show it, just like the lawyers are doing. You're doing a piss poor job than the fucking prosecutors, because you're talking hearsay when the evidence is already out there. You're fucking being like, oh yeah, he's a racist, fucking this, that, and the third. None of that is to be seen, yo. None of that is to be seen. You know what I'm saying? You see this fucking poor boy walking around asking people if he can tell, lying to an interviewer because maybe he just wanted to look a little bit better in the light that he was a paramedic. He didn't say he was in the military or any of that shit, dog. Nothing. Gun visible. But yet you have a fucking leftist with a fucking concealed gun. You know what I mean? Imagine that. Imagine that. And then when you hear somebody fucking taking shots, you pull your gun out to run out to them. Nowhere near you. So then it's like, alright, who the fuck is this dude, Grossgore, to fucking run towards danger? Who's more in the wrong? This dude getting dropped off at a fucking at a rally. A rally. I'm not even gonna call it a BLM rally. A rally, which we all know what it was. This dude gets dropped off there, minds his own business. Or Grossgore, who hears gunshots knowingly and runs into it with his gun drawn, with his concealed weapon. Concealed weapon. Fuck.
Nobody has the right to attack a minor. who is lawfully carrying a gun. And that's what I will end on there.
Okay. Yeah, so those were the intros. Now we're going to go into an open period. Again, please consider how difficult my job is going to be today when you talk to people. Now, if you want to be the first person to talk, raise your hand and I'll just call on somebody.
See, okay,
Riley was the first, so let's Riley.
I want to ask, gets out of the way. Does anyone actually have any issues with the legal matters in this case, or are we all just talking about the moral issues or the other circumstantial issues? I just kind of want to.
Yo, are you gonna talk about legal bullshit, or we're gonna talk about what we all seen with our fucking pure eyes, dog? Fuck all that other shit. Fuck, he shouldn't have been there. Fuck, he shouldn't have had a gun. Fuck, he shouldn't have been even born. You might as well say that. Why was Kyle Rittenhouse born? If he was never born, he would have. Those other three men. Those other three white boys, being racist, would have never got shot. Never got shot at all. If Kyle Rittenhouse was never born, y'all might as well just say that. Break your argument down into fucking one simple fact. One simple fact. It's some singularity point. One point of singularity, which just all comes down into one thing: morals or legal. What the fuck do you mean? 3 people are dead. This dude got fucking attacked. What is there to be said, bro? What if he was walking down the street, these three men fucking sat there, pushed him around, got him into an alley, and was about to violate this dude? He pulled out his pistol, and he has his gun on, his rifle on his thing. So you're intimidated enough by somebody to attack them? You were in the wrong. Fucking legal and moral. What the fuck is wrong with you people, bro? Legally, doesn't matter, yo. Doesn't matter if he was a 5-year-old running down the street from a fucking assailant, stumbled upon a fucking samurai sword and threw it through the dude's chest. He was running to the police. But no, we're gonna sit here and talk about moral shit. What the fuck does that have to do with anything with the case? Morally, he sat there in the corner by himself quietly until I guess he got separated for taking a piss, which I guess is morally wrong too. Is that morally wrong that he separated himself from the group? That you're thinking to yourself, oh, I'm not in war-torn fucking Baghdad. I don't think I need to stay with my platoon. I think it's all right for me to go around the corner and take a piss. Holy shit! No, talking about stays being normal. Holy shit! How normal do you go to the bathroom with your friend every day? Or how often do you fucking link chest to chest to your friend every day? Oh my god, yo! But we'll talk about morals. Let's see what the morals are.
Okay, so
my moral is shit. How can you morally sit there and watch someone get beat up and then
there's
blame
just some
him?
information that the prosecution is using in order to try to make their case that I feel goes contradictory to the evidence. And basically, the crux of the debate is whether or not defense attorneys or whether or not prosecutors should have the right to basically ignore exculpatory evidence that should, be able to basically exonerate somebody or basically exonerate somebody. Do they have the right to basically just throw shit at the wall and see what sticks? And I think that's one of the main things that libertarians or conservatives have been frustrated about with this case is basically seeing the prosecution just kind of throw shit at the wall.
Yeah, I agree.
So they don't have nothing.
Does anyone? All right,
what evidence do they have?
Actually have any knowledge about that? I'd be fine to talk about that, but if
hence the reason why the FBI ain't fucking touching this shit. The reason why the FBI is not touching this fucking case is because there's no case to be fucking had, bro. What are you watching? What the fuck is any of you people watching where you're sitting there saying, yep, this dude's getting his ass kicked. Oh shit, he shot them to the gas chamber. What is wrong with you people? What is wrong with these guys? And to say moral or fucking justified, there was a guy who was about to get murdered. Do you not watch it? Bring up the still when the dude's hitting him with the fucking skate. Or when what's his name has the gun in his face and there's a dude on the side with a stick, yo. You think that was going to end well? Holy fuck. Dude shot one person and ran the other way. Ran the fucking other way. Didn't point his gun at nobody else. Even when fucking Grossgore ran up next to him and was like, yo, who'd you shoot? Who'd you shoot? He could have popped that nigga right there. He could have popped him right there when he had his gun out. Any logical person would have been like, yo, nah, I'm going to see what the fuck, nigga, you speaking or you sneaking? Blow, one in the face. Kept running. Matter of fact, anybody else who would have fucking felt in danger like that would have shot anybody. It would have been a mass shooting. It would have, the way that these dudes went about it, that shit could have got real fucking serious real soon. You people are just like, oh, he had a gun intimidating me, so I had no choice but to run him down. You tried to run somebody down with a fucking gun, bro. Legal or illegal? Whose fucking fault is that? Why do you run towards danger? Why can't Kyle run towards danger, but you people can run? What gives you guys the fucking legal right to run towards danger, but somebody else cannot run towards or even run away from danger? Huh? Why can Gross Score run towards danger and be like, oh, he's in the legal right because he thought he was going to stop an active shooter, but Kyle's in the wrong because he was fucking trying to escape a dangerous situation to the arms of the fucking police? What morality are you guys going for? Where's your moral rights? Just because he existed. Holy shit, dog. I heard
everyone talk on this, and it sounds like everyone is talking about more about like the ethics of
Holy
what Kyle
fuck,
did.
dog.
I would go into an anecdote specifically within the case where there is a moment where the judge and the prosecution are having a back and forth in which the prosecution has mentioned things that multiple times have been cut and clear. Do not bring this up.
What?
You will plant a bad seed. It could corrupt the
he was
jurors'
calling him a
decision
killer?
making, and it was
He was calling
about
this dude a killer?
his silence. There were other moments as well where
Calling these other dudes victims when they were the assailants. You know what I mean? How do you call somebody a victim that's chasing somebody the fuck else, dog? This is clearly fucking rape shaming, dog. This is basically calling saying a rape victim's fucking guilty for for looking too good. Oh shit, you was looking too good. Had to rape you. What is wrong with you guys, yo? Just because it's somebody you do not like in a situation that nobody liked at the time, nobody wanted anybody fucking riding. What the fuck? What is a bunch of grown fucking adults doing out at fucking 12:30 at 1 o'clock at night? Not out the club. The club wasn't getting let out. Nobody was all going to the local pizza shop to get some greasy ass food. No, they was there to fucking burn down businesses. You know what I mean? The police were there to stop government buildings from being destroyed. So yeah, I might need to hire some people to watch my business while I'm out. You know what I mean? While I'm away. I need to be awake in the morning so I could run the business. Please, somebody watch my shit at night. Holy fuck, but oh my fucking god. This is why I said the future
basically
very
arguing
bleak.
what color the sky is, pixelation, and trying to explain interpolation to a judge who just knows pinch and zoom, doesn't understand the fact that whenever you have a canvas that is 1920 by 1080 pixels, whenever you are pinching and zooming, you're essentially cutting away pixels to add in pixels in hopes of clarifying an image.
Shit,
now, whenever the judge asked the prosecution that the burden of proof was on them to prove that there had to be a precise, I guess, rebuttal from their, I believe it was an FBI person who had clarified the image, he could not give that clarity. They knowingly put him up there just so that they could keep talking about the subject. These are episodes of what I consider state malfeasance, and the fact that they'd much rather drum up a bad feeling or a theory for which will get thrown out anyway, but once it's in their brain, it's in their brain. These are all episodes of what I consider a state that is grasping at straws. They want a result, they don't want the correct result, and that's
exactly
my
fault, bro.
So I have a lot to say on that. I have a lot to say on that because I mean. So I'm going to begin by saying I don't like the way that the prosecution has been conducting a lot of their case, but also I don't think that the way that they're acting is atypical for how a lot of us.
The prosecution has no evidence, bro. No evidence. The only way that this dude should be convicted is if fucking something falls on the lap that show a videotape of this nigga saying, oh, I went out there purposely to shoot fucking black people. Went out there on some racial intentions to fucking clear out every black person in the state of Wisconsin. Apparently fucking Milwaukee's in Wisconsin. I didn't know that shit. Anywho. Didn't shoot any fucking black folks. Now there's not one, like, I'll keep repeating this shit to the fucking day my face turns blue, bro. Not one black person was killed. So where's this racial tension? White on white crime? Oh God, I'm sorry for you. You shouldn't be reaching for fucking people's guns, dog, yo. Holy shit. Holy shit, yo. Anybody remember fucking Gucci Man fucking killing 2 men because they fucking try to fucking take his shit? What happened? Gucci shot both of those people and got off. Fucking what's his name? Fucking killed somebody in a Walmart. Got off, yo. Should be like, oh, he shouldn't be in the fucking Walmart with a gun. Well, if he didn't have that gun, he would have got assaulted in front of his daughter. It's the same fucking shit, dog, yo. You don't know when danger's gonna appear, yo. Unless you're Spider-Man. And again, you guys, if you guys know anything, fucking please give it to the fucking prosecution. They need help. They need help. The prosecution has nothing. They need all the help they can. And if you guys have knowledge of anything that would motivate Kyle to do this, besides him just being a white boy going to places to shoot other white boys, yeah, the FBI would laugh at you as well. That's why this is not a federal case. You see that? That's why the fucking feds gave everybody that they was like, what? Yeah, take all our information. Oh, you don't want no part of this? Ah, fuck no. We don't want to look stupid. So they looked at the prosecutor. They looked at the prosecuting lawyer with his fucking goofy ass glasses and fucking, I don't know, dog, fucking Richard Gere demeanor. It was like, yo, you really gonna fucking prosecute this kid? He was like, oh yeah, justice must be done. It's like, okay, here's everything you want, my guy. Everything. Take it all, yo. I would like to see how this is going to end. And I mean, hey, the American people did fucking vote in Donald Trump, so anything is fucking possible, bro. Wow. Fucking wow.
The prosecutors would act in similar circumstances. This is a situation where the prosecution has bad facts and bad case law. Now, I think that there's a really good criticism.
They have all the facts. They have all the facts, and they still went and they still went and fucking pursued charges. That is the kicker. Then they put up a fucking the dude they shot. They must have been like, word, star witness. That must have been their star witness. They probably thought with this dude, the case was cracked wide open. It was like, he shot this dude. He's got a serpent around a staff, fucking in color. He must, look at him. Fucking, he must be the arbiter of fucking life. He's the gun-toting fucking EMT that, with the heart of gold, wouldn't shoot nobody. He's gonna pull his gun out, but not gonna shoot nobody. I couldn't do it. The fuck? Then that was your fault. Like they say, yo, don't point that thing at me. This shit's not a toy, dog. It is not a toy. You see what happens? Your arm explodes, and then he ran. Didn't keep shooting everybody, because I would have felt still threatened. Notice how nobody kept saying get him after that shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but let your mob rule. You see what happens with mob rules. You run into danger, you get hurt. Fucking stupid.
The prosecutor with the Fifth Amendment issue when he commented on his silence. That is inexcusable. The other issue when they were talking about propensity evidence, right? So the comment that Rittenhouse made about like, oh yeah, I wish I would have my rifle so I could be able to shoot other people. The circumstances where the prosecutor tried to reintroduce that comment makes it seem like he actually tried to do what the judge wanted them to do, which is usually in those circumstances, or if it's more prejudicial and probative, you have to be able to establish more evidence to be able to demonstrate that it is in fact relevant or more probative than it is prejudicial, or substantially more probative than it's prejudicial, because all relevant evidence is going to be prejudicial to some effect. But in that case, it seems like the prosecutor probably tried to do the best that they could, but they just are dealt bad that.
You
I would say
that?
That this is an example of prosecutors.
Yo, it's bad. The best that he could.
They're doing the best that they can with bad evidence.
The best that they, if you got to take a case to trial with the best that you have, holy shit! How bad do you want this kid to be guilty? How bad do you want this person to be guilty? Rage out. Come on, people. Holy fucking
I love you
shit.
guys.
You can say that they're not doing a good job.
This is supposed to be fucking...
Can I respond to that? Because I do have my frustration with it. So, should prosecutors be able to throw shit at the wall, even if they kind of know it's bad? Should they be able to prejudice a jury as long as they think that they can get away with it without getting slammed too hard? And on top of that, this is kind of my question. I didn't get a direct answer yesterday. You were saying that it's like, oh, it's inexcusable for him to do that. Is this something that, like, I don't know, like fucking first-year law students fucking know? Like, do you think that it was intentional, or was it just a...
Again, all the fucking video footage that you fucking see, points to the contrary of what these people are saying. You don't have to speculate anything else at all. You have facts. You have facts, and the best that you people, like the prosecutor, is that you guys can sit there and throw shit up against the wall just to see what sticks. Even show up a victim who's actually the pursuer. You know what I mean? The person who got shot was the chaser. You guys need to do better.
Mistake by somebody who has a shitty job. Like that was kind of my frustration with it.
The Fifth Amendment issue is definitely, so that's something that you're normally going to be taught in like evidence. It's not going to be first year, but it's going to be like second or third year. Usually, so like that is a pretty egregious issue.
Anything
and I think that is warranted of criticism.
With the prosecution
the other
doing
issue,
a shitty ass job,
like the comment about the rifle, right? That seems like an example more where it's like they tried to make it relevant. They tried to do what the judge asked, and the judge didn't buy what they said. I don't hold that as much against the prosecutor because they essentially were trying. You can make an argument.
Like, yo, if I was on that trial, it'd be a hung jury.
What they wanted.
I'm not fucking
they just didn't do a good enough job.
You serious?
But I wouldn't fault the attorney for trying to do that if that's arguably going to be one of the best pieces of evidence they could get into the case to be able to prove their kind of theory that Kyle is like this.
Wow.
They're trying to like make it into like, oh, Kyle was this evil scheming person beforehand. That would be a really good comment to be able to get in to support their theory.
I have a question really quickly for the eggheads on this panel. The legal nerds. What do we say about the claims that the judge has been a little bit sussy? How do you feel about those claims?
I feel like the judge so like I said it earlier, I feel like the judge has been a little bit sussy. Usually whenever you ask for things like a mistrial or you have issues where you think that the judge is being impartial, usually the question is like, because every judge is probably going to be biased, at least to some degree, right? Like this is just kind of like a matter of the fact we're dealing with the legal system. We're all humans. We try to make the system to account for human error. So what probably will happen is that there will be like appeals after the case is decided, and there's going to be like some arguments that based on some things like the judge having everyone clap for the expert, for example. Like it's a little sussy.
Yo,
I don't
imagine
think it
a mass
rises to the
shooting
level
the
of being able to
FBI
throw
don't
out like
want.
all of his rulings because a lot of them have seemed.
Imagine that shit.
Do you think
Imagine
that,
the FBI coming in and be like, yeah, we don't want
do we have
this.
any veterans in the room?
Here's all our evidence, dog.
Next witness, can we all give her? I did see that.
Let's
That
make
did seem
these
really
people
weird.
look
I don't know if
stupid.
that would be enough to declare a mistrial, but do you think so you don't think that anything's
What do
rigged?
you
I don't
know?
either. But do you think that there's a
good
pretense, a good excuse to, at the very least, say that behavior ought to be changed?
All the evidence in front of you.
What can
Somebody
we do
who
about
wants
this alleged
solutions and not
sussiness?
problems can look at some shit and be like,
it's hard because like usually what like in a lot of cases where
too much evidence showing that Kyle's innocent.
This, as an attorney, it's probably in your best interest to just try and like go with what the judge wants to the best of your ability because ultimately like the judge has a lot of power in these kind of circumstances.
Imagine
right?
that,
like, you make the judge like change their mind and you can't really like give a judge an order to not be as biased because like if you try, I don't even know what you would try to do.
No, you could try. I don't know if it would work, but you know, you could try.
But it would make the judge probably like royally pissed off at you, and you never want to piss off the judge. So you can fault like the prosecution for royally pissing off the judge because that's the last thing that you want to do.
Can we just admit that
one second, Connor. 1 second. I want to throw it over to Hake. You tried to speak earlier, and I saw I was stopped. I want to make sure I get a chance to speak. Hake?
Thank you. What can we do about the fact that I think Lecture Fan said it first? These people, Kyle should never have even been charged with at least most of this stuff, especially the most serious of the crimes in the first place. But the only reason he was charged, seemingly, in my impression, was because of the lynch mob in the media and on Twitter and elsewhere, and the local government that failed to protect their city. It seems like it reminds me of George Zimmerman. Aren't you supposed to only make a charge against a person if you think that you can win without a reasonable doubt? But they're like ridiculously overcharging these people when the facts are quite clear.
No, I don't think
no. You can charge.
No video evidence.
It's not beyond a reasonable doubt. That's the standard.
That Zimmerman shit was totally different, bro. That dude was fucking. He was gung ho all out there to fight a 17-year-old or to fight anybody over fucking Skittles. But hell man, there's two different things, bro. Two different
for
things.
the ruling of the case.
It's purely up to the DA.
I don't know how it works, and I don't know how
up to the DA.
I mean, I don't know how you guys do it over there.
You go to
like,
500 different counties, it's going to give you 500 different results on how they would pursue these charges.
I don't think it's at all atypical for Rittenhouse to receive the charges that he has, you know? Like, part of the legal process is determining innocence as well. If anything, we would be happy that Rittenhouse, even people on the left, the right, everyone, we should be happy that Rittenhouse is getting these charges and a trial following, because the alternative would be essentially lawlessness. You can't claim to be law and order while also throwing out the mechanism by which we determine whether or not a person has actually violated the law, right? If he ends up getting exonerated of these charges, then that's something you should be celebrating. You shouldn't be angry that he was tested to begin with.
No, one second. Riley wanted to say something. I'm gonna write Lecture Fan down. Riley, Loner, and
why I say that is because he knows they're talking legal mumbo jumbo, and he has no idea what the fuck any of them are talking about. But what's fucking again, Doug? This small thought process is just that Kyle should have never existed. If Kyle was never alive, we wouldn't have this panel of fucking 9 people. Oh, my fault. 8 folks fucking judging on some shit that we all can clearly see and judge for ourselves. And the only argument you fucking have against Kyle is what was he doing there? What was Kyle doing there? That's your only fucking argument to be had in this whole fucking trial, people. Anybody that's against him. Yo, he could have picked up a gun off of somebody else. The fact that he was chased for fucking being alive and defended himself is like cut dry there. You chased a man with a fucking gun, bro. What the fuck do you mean? What is he supposed to do? Oh my God. And then they tell me to go outside.
Yeah, I just want to say that, like, very quickly. All right, so I'm going to make some background appeal because I used to work in the Attorney General Office of Maryland for their organized crime division, so I have experience with, like, some degree of, like, charging. In this kind of case, what we're dealing with, so, like, it's important to recognize that self-defense is a justification defense. Usually when it's brought up by defense attorneys, it's brought up when you already acknowledge or when you're already basically agreeing that a lot of the material elements of the charges that are being made are already basically met, right? It would be really, really weird to not at least bring the charges against Rittenhouse when it's very clear that, like,
you shouldn't be a lawyer at all, bro.
Manslaughter, right? So common law manslaughter is like,
another, my fault,
and then is going to vary, right?
My fault. I'm saying bro isn't bro anyway.
Basically know that those elements are absolutely met, right? So it would be really weird to not put that in front of the trial when we already know that there is a dead body. Isn't that multiple? There's dead body.
Like from here on out, I'll call Vosh Ma.
And now the matter is just like, did he do it with the requisite mens rea? And also, did he have a justification for doing it? So it would be really, really weird to not at least bring this to trial.
Even though
for real, you would sit there and watch that tape after all the questioning of everybody else. Oh, unless fucking Gross Score lied, and that's what had the fucking the prosecution fucking go like, all right, yeah, we might have a case here. Oh, what? You didn't have a gun? Oh, then fuck yeah, we got something. This dude was definitely just shooting people and you was guys trying to save him. We all watched the fucking tape now. We're all now watching a fucking, I'm guessing more than a week because I think last Monday is when the shit started. But at least for me, 1 week has been gone by and they've been showing evidence after fucking evidence after fucking evidence. And all fucking signs point to this dude fucking defending himself. Not him fucking pointing guns at people. Not him there was another dude on there that was being aggressive, but nobody picked on that dude. You know how nobody picked on that guy who also had a gun, who was probably also by himself. I bet you nobody looked at him and was like, I'm gonna take his gun. Nah, they probably seen him and was like, oh, and he was like, oh yeah, try it so I can whatever. Yeah, that guy got left alone. Kyle, who was sitting there over to the side by himself, fucking pulling dumpsters away and looking intimidated while people were going, that's not your job. Protect the streets, not the streets. Protect your meat, not your streets, or some stupid shit. Yeah, okay, cool. I'm protecting property now, my own property, personal property, my fucking self, the gun that I'm holding. Everything I'm doing is I'm protecting as fucking Rittenhouse ran at the fucking kid. Fucking ran at the kid. What are you guys saying? Are we not watching the trial purposely?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know like how you guys do it over there, right? But like over here, if there's a self-defense case, even if it's like fairly clear cut, like if someone dies, it should probably go to trial, like just to like so the criminal justice system can like confirm that on paper, especially since you're going off camera footage. Like I think it's fairly normal.
What? Dude, we have multiple, not just one camera footage. We have fake camera footage with fucking audio. We have fucking camera footage with like 3D fucking set. Yo, these dudes got fucking FBI drone footage. Holy shit. Again, why the FBI wouldn't touch somebody who's doing a mass shooting in a fucking crowd, but yet some little town, Arkansas. That's why it didn't. Money coverage. This is the only reason why. And then you guys helping this bullshit out, bro. With,
Kyle
should never even been alive, yo.
Yeah,
it's like Kyle Rittenhouse shouldn't have been alive. And these people.
I said even though no sane person would convict this young man.
I wouldn't say that. I think that a reasonable person could come to the conclusion that he. So one of the elements of self-defense, we didn't go over all of them.
That's a lawyer.
Want to, but one of the elements
in
common law self-defense is that you.
That's a lawyer.
It's also required that you did not create the
that
circumstances where you needed to use deadly force in order to be able to defend yourself. So there's a reasonable argument that could be made that he ended up contributing to creating the circumstances.
How? Again, rape victim wearing fucking something that looks way too sexy. Maybe they got a fucking fresh Caesar. You know what I mean? They got a line up to the T, dog. Kyle did look like a fucking piece of meat. That dude just got out of probably prison. Fuck him. Y'all are saying mental thing. I think it was prison. My man seen Kyle was like, yo, I'm going to take his gun. I'm going to fucking rape him right in front of all these people. Dead ass. Dead ass, yo. And these dudes would still sit there and be like, yeah, Kyle shouldn't have been fucking wearing that. Kyle shouldn't have been out there looking so good. He wouldn't have got raped if fucking he didn't look so pretty. Maybe if he would have been had like a scrushy fucking beard like everybody else who had a gun had a ill goatee beard looking like Mr. Swanson, Aaron Swanson, yo. You know what I mean? But not Kyle. Kyle looked like fucking the dude who does Atkins, yo, but doesn't do Atkins. He's fresh meat. Probably uses fucking his mother's milk to fucking smooth his skin. But no, Kyle should have gotten raped because he just existed. You really can't believe this shit. Out of everything that we're seeing here, this is what people are coming up with.
Having to use the deadly force. Now, I'm not saying that like any reasonable person is going to come to that conclusion, but I think that a reasonable jury could.
Also, the point of a trial is to find out the evidence of the case, right? You can't really say whether a person would be convicted before the trial has happened because that's when the arguments are made.
You were already doing that. You guys are doing that.
Because we have grand juries and shit to figure out whether or not stuff is like worthy enough of going to trial.
Doing that right now as we speak.
Yeah, like with this situation in particular, like there is evidence that like Kyle might have had a different mindset. I think we've all seen the CVS footage where he was talking about like, oh, I wish I had my gun because it looks like there's a guy that's armed right there while they're looting the store. While I think that's excusable, a bunch of leftists don't think that it's excusable. They think that that's like, you know, nefarious moral behavior to see people like robbing a store with guns and be like, oh, I wish I could do something about that. But you know, that could go to the mindset of whether or not he wanted to cause the situation that resulted in other people's deaths.
Right.
My man was also asking if he could get a doobie. He's like, oh, I wish I had a doobie, right? Yo, he was looking like he was trying to fit the fuck in, dog. Yo, they set that boy up. The more I look at that shit, the more they set his boys, whoever did take him out there, they set him up, yo. Straight up.
We can all agree that court
proceedings
are a necessary component in finding out whether or not
it was like, go take that dude's gun, yo.
I mean, we don't have all the info. We didn't have all the info after Rittenhouse actually went ahead and killed those folk. We have more info now. That's the point of these trials. It contextualizes things. It adds information. If we don't have these trials,
you got more info, but y'all still trying to fucking run this through the ringer.
Where whichever Twitter video goes most viral.
Remember, the FBI didn't want it, but fucking apparently the fucking local district attorney wanted it. We need to be able to defer to some kind of systematized process. The courts are not perfect, but they're sure as hell better than going like, I don't think I'd convict Rittenhouse, so no charges. Like, you know?
Yeah. Okay. No. Okay. No, Bosch and Lohnerbox are wrong. Brandt is correct. When Brandt said you could get 500 different counties and 500 different decisions, that's absolutely correct. It's called prosecutorial discretion. It's a very, very important thing in criminal prosecutions. It's the prosecutor's discretion.
That's scary, because again, we have evidence, dog. Yo, evidence. People can sit there and tell you that, yo, the dude didn't do shit. You're still gonna convict him because you want to. That is not fucking right. That's not justice, yo. There's no justice to be had in what you people are talking about. You want him to be guilty, so he's guilty.
Prosecutors are elected. In Montana and a lot of other states, county attorneys, they're elected officials. The attorney general is elected. At the federal level, the United States attorneys are appointed by the president. These are political positions because they have a ton of discretion, and so it's called prosecutorial discretion for an absolute reason. And I find it very rich to hear leftists. I find it very rich to hear leftists who are the first to always criticize our criminal justice system as being sort of rigged against the criminal defendant. And you always hear leftists talking about how, the prosecutors and the judge, they're always going to lunch together, they work together all the time, and the whole system is rigged against the criminal defendant, and they're forced into plea deals all the time because it's so expensive and so risky to go to trial, and blah 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 blah. But when it fits our political narrative, now we're going to say, the criminal trial is to find out if they should even be prosecuted. No, it's not. You shouldn't be charging people. A prosecutor shouldn't be exercising his prosecutorial discretion to pursuing charges like this and literally.
Crypto.com Visa card, a metal card, powered by crypto.
And make Dylan fucking guilty.
How about these perks?
And literally potentially ruining somebody's life just by going through the trial when that discretion clearly should have been exercised to not charge him at all.
Wait, well, I'm pretty sure. Hold on, wait. A protest where a person open carrying ends up killing two people. This is a circumstance where you would see charges brought in. Again,
there is evidence to be brought with these charges. You don't just go to the judge and be like, yeah, I want to prosecute this person because he shot somebody in self. He's saying it was in self-defense. I have no evidence, but fucking, oh my God. Well, actually, probably does work that way. It probably does work that way. But then when you get the evidence all in front of you and you're sitting there looking at said evidence and you're like, you know what? This dude looked like he defended himself. But I'm going to lie. As a prosecutor, I am going to lie, try to not so much fabricate things, but make them look lighter than said things seem. I'm going to say, Rittenhouse only threw a bag at you. That bag looked like it went a little pretty far to be throwing a fucking plastic bag, for one. All right? And this one video, too. Two, again, we see Kyle point the gun at Rittenhouse. Rittenhouse stops. Whether gunshots went off or not, that has nothing to do with anything. Because Kyle doesn't shoot at fucking Rittenhouse. Or whatever the fuck dude. Or Risenberg. Whatever the fuck. The bald dude that fucking he killed the first time. He kept going at Kyle, though. He fucking attacked him, yo. He stopped the first time. Kyle turned his back. My man approached him on his fucking right-hand side. That's when he turned around. Blow. I'm fucking scared, too. Blow, 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 nigga. Stay on the ground. I'm going to the police. He runs to the fucking police. There's about 30 or 40 other people there, probably black folks. I can only imagine how many black people were probably there. There was black people chasing him. He did not shoot at one black person. So we can clear up this racism bullshit. You know what I mean? Kyle was running towards the police. Fucking into stage left. Fucking, what was this dude's name? Fucking Gross Score? Oh, who'd you shoot? What happened? What shot? Remember, he was running to save somebody's life. He ran towards that way, then he turned around. Even though we didn't see that in the thing. But whatever. The prosecution says this. Somebody says this. Oh, why did you, follow... Why did you... Oh, no, it must have been the prosecution. Because he didn't say, did you fucking turn back around and go that way towards Kyle. Because then that's when he said that, he didn't chase the... Like, dog, that shit is so crazy. This is a blind
I have never heard of any case that was that lethal, that was that ambiguous, not be given some kind of...
It happens all the time. It happens all the time. It's just not put out as a national story because the Democrats don't want to use it to push their narrative.
Do you have evidence that there's some kind of bias with regards to Rittenhouse, and the only reason charges were brought was because of some kind of lefty
look at how the prosecution... look at how the prosecution's been acting. And you see...
I'm sorry. Wait, hold on.
This is happening up and down the justice system. You see this happening all across the justice
system.
The
fact that we have to have this panel...
That didn't answer my question. You can't just say, well, look at how they're acting. Like, I'm pretty sure that with what happened with Rittenhouse, charges were pretty reasonable, If he gets exonerated of some of them, that's good. But it seems like there are some he isn't even going to be, right? Aren't there some things he did, like the crossing the borders, the illegal possession, or possibly reckless endangerment, that there's a decent shot at them getting convicted for? Maybe some more than others? If that's the case, not only were charges warranted, they might end up even being found guilty. How can you say that he shouldn't have gotten any charges at all? Also, you realize that if he'd never gotten any charges, lefties would have thrown a fit,
has to be old, right?
If you think BLM burned down cities, oh my God! After Rittenhouse, if he hadn't even gotten charges,
that's exactly. Yeah. So now you're trying to use like this threat of burning down cities.
I'm saying that there was. I'm saying that there was a legal reason to.
Wait. Okay, we're gonna have Vosh respond, but I'm gonna throw it to Lumi because Lumi hasn't been able to talk really since the opening. So we're gonna have Vosh and Lumi.
Yeah. So there's a.
This has to be old shit,
there's a legal reason to, as I explained.
This has to be
some
really
of the charges might be even found guilty, and even then, I think that the charges for which he is exonerated are socially valuable. For two, it's valuable because exoneration from charges is a important social process. People can't magically decide whether or not charges are going to be exonerated or found guilty on beforehand. You need a process. I'm
gonna go on the sense
that I do think that high publicity cases should go to trial.
This is old. This has to be an old deputy.
How else are we as a society supposed to arrive at any opinions on the matter outside of the court of public opinion? It's socially valuable.
You can't be arguing facts that are already fucking
benefits
out there
of the right to trial by jury. The system we have of due process is that it gives everyone a sense of fairness, at least more so than the alternative. When big events like this take place,
Smith fucking all grown up.
The trial should have happened, and if he gets
exonerated, everything the left has been saying about the criminal justice system and the problems with their criminal justice system, that's all wrong. Okay.
Do you think you can make this left instead of like the imaginary leftists? I mean, you can make like a conservative civic case about this. Like you want to go with responsible gun ownership. Well, if you're a gun carrier, maybe it's good to know that if you kill another citizen, then you should probably have to make your case to the state. I think that's.
Oh my fucking God! Again, we'll play that. This is like these guys have not seen these guys haven't been presented. This is in the past. This is a past
precedent to set because it encourages responsible gun ownership. So, but as far as I know, I looked at this a little bit, but as far as I know, it's fairly normal for this to happen.
Lumi?
What? I just got frustrated because it sounds like Lecture Fan is so determined to make generalizations of the left and not hear what Vosh was saying. So I was popping in to say, no, you're completely misinterpreting what he's saying, but I should have just let Vosh do it. He had it.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Lumi.
I want to interject.
Vosh don't point at all.
Connor wanted to
said a bunch of fucking $2 words.
If that's okay. Cool.
I thought that fucking people should understand what he's saying.
No, I get it. We're all being sober adults. I super appreciate it, actually. I was expecting this to be a fucking shit-fligging fest. We can probably get into that pretty soon.
It's Law and Order.
But
wait until we get into wokeness.
Yeah, so the court, the actual court in a public trial is to give us an alternative to the court of public opinion. Again, all right, I think this is completely accurate, but I'm going to pull a fucking lecture fan, and I'm going to go, the left has been, tried in the court of public opinion for a fucking year with evidence that has been publicly available for the better part of a year. Right. And even in this panel, we're still using terms like fucking white supremacist fucking militia in order to describe the incidents that fucking unfolded. So this is where the left is, capitalizing on a narrative that isn't substantiated by evidence that we've had for like a super long time, and then using it as fucking jet fuel to continue with like fucking protests and riots. And like
who said white supremacist militia? Here.
Me during
okay, I did, and the reason. So my point. Am I?
I'm on Twitter. I'm on Twitter too.
Yeah,
so
you're echoing a tiny bit.
Yeah. Don't say these people don't exist. We all know they exist.
Okay, but I do think it's good to address people on the panel, of course. But I did say this, and what I should have probably said is I do think that he is influenced by a lot of the narratives in what we have seen regarding white supremacy. So that's frustrating. I can't say that for sure, but I do think that the case of him being with the white supremacists in the bar drinking
I'm just glad now that white supremacists are killing white people
around someone who are blatantly Proud Boys, white supremacists. I think it's dangerous to ignore that reality and try to shut down that conversation, especially when that's right after. Wasn't that right after he got out on bail?
Yeah. So
is that not a concern? Why do we have to shut down that conversation?
Yeah, can I address this directly? Because we're jumping between like multiple definitions of white supremacy. If you want to talk about like a highfalutin academic, like
Yo, it's scary when you gotta have more than one definition for white supremacy, dog. Holy shit. Holy fucking shit, yo. Holy shit, yo. Holy shit. It must be convenient, because if you're wrong with one definition of white supremacy, there's always another one to fall back on, right? It's gonna be like, yo, wait, this dude's not displaying any of these traits that you're saying right now. Oh, he's not that type of white supremacist? Then he's this type of white supremacist. He's the type of white supremacist that goes around asking people if they want fucking help, taking shit out of the streets, and walking around by himself, looking pretty.
People have set systems up and systemic racism and capitalism and all that kind of shit. You could say that about the fucking Proud Boys, but if you're talking about like Ethnonat, Richard Spencer, Roman saluting fucking
Fuentes.
People, then or even Fuentes. I don't even think the Proud Boys are Christian nationalists. Then they're like, we're talking about different categories of right wing, different categories of what some people define as white supremacy. And when you say white supremacist, like nobody in the conservative or libertarian movement is thinking like, oh, in an academic sense they contribute to systemic racism. They're thinking fucking clan. That's what they're thinking. And then on top of that,
some sort of conversation transcript
of
this boy fucking talking to other boys about fucking white people's fucking problems and killing other white folks.
It's like you don't know what the fuck the word means. Like, all right, anyways, not you, the ambivalent you.
And I think the left has a similar frustration that we all just get grouped. But I would say, that's why I have my streams where I do break it down in academic terms and say, this is why, this is what we're talking about, and this is the specifics of it. But I understand not everyone does that.
Next is going to be Brandt.
What's the specifics of white, like?
Yeah, I have 2 points to make here. We kind of sped past it. Lecture fan was talking about, I brought up 500 different EAs with 500 different elected judges. Gives you 500 different scenarios of how this ends, right? Then you mixed in the whole fact that if you're politicizing something, you are possibly setting a precedent. There's an extremely a high amount of prosecutorial responsibility and making sure when you're bringing cases up, that especially when, like we're talking about, this particular prosecutorial team has just been throwing stuff against the wall. Think about if you're sitting there on the jury and voting to...
Voting. Anyway. Yo, again, the prosecution is throwing shit against the fucking wall, dog. You guys are fucking y'all are rooting for somebody that's just fucking winging it. He's winging it. If you taking somebody to trial and you have to fucking wing it, holy shit, if he does win this shit, that's the best fucking prosecution lawyer in all. The FBI needs to get him. He's probably got a conviction rate of fucking 98%, dog. His conviction rate must be through the fucking roof for him to be taking this shit on. You know what I mean? I can only imagine how much fucking video evidence he was trying to suppress. It's like, yeah, we got evidence of this dude of the so-called victim chasing the so-called suspect. We have video footage of this. Prosecutor's probably like, yeah, no, I don't want the jury to see that. And it kind of makes you know, the defendant look easy in the light eyes of the public. I don't want to show that. Oh, all right. Well, we have the so-called victim threatening Kyle that he was going to take his or his friend's guns and fuck them up with it. Oh, we can't show that either. It shows the victim as the aggressor. Why would I, the prosecution, want to show the victim as the aggressor? That fucks my case up altogether. I need a case here. In some point, I need to be looking like I'm winning. I gotta make this guy look like a fucking demon. The kid from the guy from Tears from Fears, he's an animal and must be stopped. Holy shit.
Incriminate, or I guess convict, Kyle Rittenhouse will set such a dangerous precedent. And to think this won't be drummed up in future cases, to think that, you know, just like Roe versus Wade, Brown versus Board of Education, setting precedents, this will re-outline what self-defense is, regardless how big of a dingus and an idiot that you are, or the idiot you associate yourself with. I'll leave you with an anecdote here.
The people that chase people's guns, can correct. Yeah, if you're running for somebody's gun, you're a fucking idiot. You deserve to get what you get, yo. If you chase somebody down with a fucking pistol that you see in your hand or in his hands, if you see a guy running down the street with his gun pointed down and you assault him and challenge him at any point in time, physically, he deserves to fucking shoot you. I'm going to let everybody here on this panel know that right the fuck now. You try that shit with anybody else, try that shit with somewhere else. Now, we're not talking a fucking argument where, I don't like the fucking the cut of your jib. I'm talking about, I don't like you, I'm going to take your gun, I'm going to smack you on the ass and tell you to be on your way. Any thorough person is going to shoot you right there, dog. Yo, if that dude had said that shit anywhere else in any other setting, he would have got fucking shot in his face right there. And then dudes would have turned around and walked away. He picked Kyle because he looked like the fucking weakest link. That's why all them dudes chased him until he let off shots. Then they got the message. Like I said, 2 black dudes said, nah, I'm good. This nigga's shooting at us. Just like, yo, my man's letting off. Let's go. Even though he just got rocked and hit with a fucking skateboard, he still has his mental faculties to fucking aim and shoot. Yeah, I'm not fucking with him. My fault that 2 other fucking, this time we're not gonna, 2 fucking idiots who were probably from the fucking hills of fucking Milwaukee was like, you know what? If he shot once, he ain't gonna shoot again. Re-racking. My man was trying to get up from the fucking ground. How the fuck you gonna try to shoot somebody in the face when they're on the ground and then claim to be the fucking victim? And then you guys, holy shit.
If I'm wrong here, or maybe I'm right partially, seeing as how maybe some states recognize it, some don't. But if you're a felon,
this is
a previously convicted felon, you're sitting in your house with a gun illegally, somebody breaks into your house, and you defend yourself from said aggressor, the gun charge, illegally possessing a gun, and justifiable defense.
What's nuts is, yo, unless you live on the coast, the out coast, or even like metro areas, fucking, we'll say the tri-state area, fucking, what's that? That includes New York, right? Until you get down to like fucking Rhode Island. Once you get past Rhode Island, dog, all you need is a license to carry a fucking gun. You feel me? You go further in west, all you need is a license to carry a gun. New Hampshire, all you need is a license. And you notice only in cities where it's fucking mostly like fucking poor folks. I'm not gonna say but go with minorities. Poor people are minorities. Fuck that shit. Minorities. Well, I can't even say that because fucking but that's fucking rural ways of living. So fuck that shit. Up here in these fucking great metropolis cities, you can't own a gun unless you have a fucking permit. You gotta fucking be a prestige type of person to own a gun in fucking in said states like Mass. I think you can carry a gun in California, but I doubt it. I highly doubt that shit. Anywhere else, Florida, you can have a fucking AK-47 as long as your leg, bro. So I don't know what these people make it seem like everywhere it is, it's illegal to carry a weapon. Holy shit.
Are separate incidents. They are not considered connected.
What if you was legally carrying a knife and defended yourself?
Like I said, 500 different DAs, 500 different judges, gives you 500 different results, and it's all up to the court of public opinion.
Wow.
You're setting dangerous precedents whenever you are.
Wow. What do you mean public opinion? We're watching the same shit, bro. We have enough evidence. Yo, you had enough evidence to sit there. If you would have enough evidence to sit there and think to yourself, like, wow, this dude probably was fucking protecting himself. And then switch words like when this guy jumped over you instead of when this dude jump kicked you in the face. You know what I mean? He'll show that one angle where it looks like you went over him. Yeah. Come on, guy. Yeah, that's... And then these guys
when you're trying
to make
anything and everything you can to get your politics injected into what the situation is. And what we're seeing right now is a prime example, and I'm going to give it to the left here, that the judge in some cases, to me, I'm not going to say overtly, but in a manner has shown to a degree, not infrastructurally, it's not like it's affected his process in being able to officiate over this, but the judge has distributed a little bit of overt bias, I would say, a little bit. We can kind of see where his politics is. What we're seeing is an unstoppable object meets an immovable object, and that's a DA who is... You can tell, in my opinion, I think that the DA, or Binger, is biased, and I think the judge is biased, and what we're seeing is a battle between the two of them, and we're seeing a defense trying to stop someone who has justifyingly self-defended themselves, stopping a dangerous precedent from
South
being
Carolina
set.
happening
And
right now.
our best hope is that the jury catches on to this and understands the bigger picture, not just 2022 or 2024.
One white boy shot three other white boys.
Next, we're going to throw it over to
this is big
Riley, who raised her hand, and then Hake. But then I want to move away from the law, touch on the moral some, because I know that at the beginning we said we were going to talk about the law. We went to the moral, since I saw some people wanted to talk about that after these two speak. So we're going to start with Riley and then Hake.
Yeah, all right. I have to talk about a couple things that have to do with the law. So first off, like this idea of discretion, I don't know why people are focusing on this. All the discretion has to do is it determines whether or not a prosecutor can choose to bring a case or not. I feel like it's a slam dunk. I feel like any reasonable prosecutor would bring this case for a reason that we've talked about before. I can't see any possible realistic scenario where a prosecutor who's given this case cannot choose to bring it. As far as like the 500 DAs or 500 judges, I feel like this is saying that there's a lot of variability in how people decide cases. And while we can make arguments that there's some variability, I feel like this is being vastly over-exaggerated. I feel like people of different political backgrounds are going to come to, generally speaking, comparable.
What happens is that they can do this to anybody then.
We saw this, for example, last year with
you calling self-defense?
Case about
bro.
gender and sexuality discrimination that was written, or that was chiefly led by a Trump
What was you doing at a fucking pizza shop
as we've discussed,
at 12:30 in the morning,
knowing
that fucking there's hoodlums that hang out there?
Right? It's very hard to be able to say that, like, oh, we're going to have a ton of variability, when generally speaking, like, even though there's going to be like some bias that comes in, a lot of the time people who you put in these kind of situations have been practicing law throughout their entire life and are going to be like generally pretty decent about their application.
Again,
and even
I'll
if you make
give you all the
arguments,
benefit of the doubt.
mistakes sometimes, we do have an appeals process to be able to remedy this. But even that being said, if there is an appeal, I don't see this having precedential value, especially like what you're saying. In order for it to have that kind of precedential value, to have to go to the circuit court and then maybe the Supreme Court. But the facts on this case just don't seem that controversial. Like the facts seem like pretty indisputable for the most part. So I don't see it having that kind of precedential value at all.
Hey.
So we just
wanted to correct the record on Proud Boys. They're generally honorable, in fact, by and large, honorable men who just defend the innocent from the evil.
God damn it.
Brian, can I ask you, Brian, I wanted to ask you something about precedent, because I'll just make that point again. Do you not think, like, I'm just skimming things, so I'm not really sure, but I'm pretty sure this is the case, that if you want to encourage people to be responsible with their guns, then it is good to know that if you're carrying a gun, then if you kill someone in self-defense, you'll probably have to make your case.
Again, open carry fucking state, bro. It is not Kyle's fucking thing for you to feel safe, bro. As long as he's not making you, like, in a threatening matter, that, yo, you can sit there and be like, oh, he's scary. You know what I'm saying? It's not right. You cops can't be like, oh, you gotta go away because these people feel scared of you. No, it's not how it works, bro. It's not how it shouldn't be how it works, at least. Unless you are fucking being a threat of somebody. Dude was minding his own business, dog. Oh god, you guys
because civilians killing each other. It's not really something you should be taking very lightly, is it? Like, you don't think it's quite good to have that confidence when it comes to gun ownership?
It's more of a vague depiction. What you're saying, setting precedent. What I'm talking about is the fact that the specifics of this case sets a threshold for which others can argue, which could sway a jury. And
this guy
basically,
talks, I have no idea what's going on anymore.
All of the factors that happened to Kyle would have to be even more prevalent for you to overturn this precedent. It's not as simple as just let's use this for gun safety, or let's just, we'll convict him maybe on a lesser charge, maybe it gets dropped to second or third degree manslaughter, and so now we can just, people will just have to be safer. Nobody in the world has brought up yet the fact that 3 men chased a minor who was fleeing from them and attacked them, simultaneously within, I think the prosecution said and admitted 6.5 minutes total. Nobody has argued that
nobody helped Kyle
the
either.
men should.
Not one person helped this dude. Fucking this stupid ass game here. Nobody should play Vanguard. 0 at that.
The men should have any bearing of accountability. Something that would have bearance on the precedent that would be set.
What do you think's gonna happen if you chase somebody with a gun, Doug?
Yeah, multiple threats,
what happens if you chase a fucking moose into a fucking mountain
bombs,
or into a cave
Did they just like
with
see
no
Rittenhouse?
exit?
Homemade bombs.
Or into
Did they
a
just
corner.
like
If you trap any wild animal in a
let me ask you this.
corner,
Are you
what's
saying
gonna
that open
happen at some
carrying
point?
is enough for me to interpret to be able to attack
At one point, somebody's gonna say enough is enough.
No, it's just,
gun,
I just think your language is incredibly loaded. This like 3 men just started chasing. Like, no, that's
what happened.
What happened, is it? There were a series of escalating incidents and distrust on both sides. Rittenhouse killed the person after they chased him down. Then afterwards, he was going to report himself to the police.
This is what's crazy. Again, don't fucking watch. Don't read some shit. Watch the fucking trial. Again, I'm future tripping. This has to be the past. Vosh just threw up some old debate where they have no fucking no evidence. They have no information to go on. So my fault.
After which people followed him, and there was an additional altercation. The language you're using is incredibly misleading for the purpose of being moralistic. Kyle Rittenhouse is young. I'm not expecting that his ability to.
I didn't get into their motives, did I? I didn't get into their motives or anything. All that I said was that the objective facts of the case. No, I said the objective facts of the case are that 3 men chased a minor. I didn't say an offender, a family offender, and a repeat offender.
Those aren't the totality of the facts. You're just selecting for those ones specifically because you're using very cultivated language, which is odd.
I'm not. You're the one that's trying to reduce speculation. I'm in no way trying to speculate in all the how or the why. I'm telling you what happened.
Did anything happen before the events
if that's the case, this is beautiful.
Yes, multiple recordings from multiple different angles, multiple different witnesses explaining not only.
If this is all past talk, and we finally had enough time, a week's time up until Friday where you posted this shit. Unless today's the 13th. Yeah, no, today's the 13th. Friday was the 13th. I'm glad too. Black fucking Fridays. Anyway. Yo, if you would put this shit up, right? Knowing that there's been a whole fucking case out. Oh, be a whole trial been going on for a fucking full week. For a full fucking week. And you're still spewing this shit. 3 men did fucking chase Kyle, because Kyle was running away. There's evidence of that dude gross score, even though he said he wasn't chasing him, fucking going the opposite way one minute, but then going behind fucking Kyle the next minute. So yeah, either he was chasing him or he was stalking him. One was worse than the other. You know what I mean? Then the dude with the ponytail who fucking hit him in his jaw. The other dude who hit him in his jaw said I rocked him. Then the other dude who kicked him in his face. Like I said, luckily them 2 dudes did not get fucking shot, because this would be a shit show. And I would still have to be defending this dude because, yeah, just because he had a pistol, you do not have to fucking feel threatened. Because if that's the case, I'm threatening that gross score because he had a concealed weapon and I didn't know it. What if this dude wanted to fucking violate me somehow, some way, and has a gun? It's like, yeah, you don't let this happen. I have a pistol. Now what? You know what I mean? Holy fucking shit, dog. So when Bosch sits there and says, yeah, your thing's misleading, 3 people. No, that fucking first bald dude, he chased him until he couldn't chase him no more. He chased him until he couldn't chase him no more. Then Kyle ran to the fucking police. The other fake paramedic EMT dude, he fucking met up with them, then started to follow him. We won't say he chased, but he followed him. Then the other 2 or 3 dudes who stalked him, the one dude who picked up the skateboard, the other dudes who laid him out, then the other guy who was sitting there waiting for with the stick to probably finish the dude off. Like, dog, that shit looked like a bad scene, my dude. A real bad scene. Real bad fucking scene, dog. And my man had the fucking mindset to get him out of said scene. And you can say, oh, was he supposed to be there or not? We will still ask the question, did any of the 3 people who died that night have to be there? Oh, my fault. The 2 people that died that night, did they have to be there doing their actions? And the 3rd person who got shot and wounded, did he have to be there? Remember, he was vlogging. He was innocently vlogging. He could have been doing that shit somewhere from the distance. He could have been a witness instead of a victim at any time. At any time. But nah, my man decided to get involved. Pulled out his glizzy. But he just doesn't listen to hip-hop music. No, if you pull your shit out, you gotta shoot first, dog. Shoot first. Know what I mean? Dude pointed his gun at him. He got scared, so said, whoa, I ain't got no problems. Right there, he could have turned around. You know what I mean? Right there. He didn't shoot nobody else when everybody else put on the brakes, as the defense lawyer said. But fucking not Gross Score. Gross Score could have turned around and been like, I had enough of this shit. I'm going to go home. Nah, my man said, nah, enough is enough. I'm going to end this here. Went forward. Kyle pointed his gun up. Blam. After that dude's arm exploded, everybody else was like, yeah, exactly. This dude's shooting. Let's run. Kyle got up, ran to the police again. Didn't keep shooting at anybody else. Ran straight to the police. I mean, unless you guys are going to tell me that he was going to have a shootout with the crowd, with the police. That was his game plan. But again, you guys also must know something.
Bombs, threats to the group and Rittenhouse himself, not to mention the weapons that were within the crowd, including the ones that were on hand for a chain and a bag full of homemade chemical devices, not to mention an explicit confrontation.
In so much euphemism that I genuinely don't understand which series of events you're referring to here. The reason why people are talking about it.
You obviously haven't watched the case where they demonstrated. I mean, it's almost getting to the point where they were just being redundant because they were just driving the point home like this guy self-defended himself. Like, not the he was a fascist that was hanging around a bunch of Proud Boys that was on a roof. Like the only people that I've heard speculate.
Wait, you're hold on. You're jumping all over the place. The Proud Boys, that was after he was released, right? He was in the bar with them?
No.
You're like,
I have in no way from either side said anybody's motives. I have like I said, always objectively to what has happened in the case. I have in no way supplanted premeditation other than what is on tape that I can reference.
So wait, your question was why aren't people...
So there's shit on tape. There's shit on tape, and you're still debating, Doug. That's like, yo, you see, that's like when the dude is seeing himself doing shit, and he's still lying about it. He's still lying about it until he can't lie about it no more. You're pointing your gun at this dude. I wouldn't say that. The fuck is this? Where the fuck is your gun at then? Where's your gun aiming at? You know what I mean? Where's your gun aimed at? Holy fuck, my fault.
People talking about why chased Rittenhouse? The answer is that's not what the case is about. I don't know what relevance
that's
that
what
has.
proves self-defense. Like that's definitely a part of what it is. That is built up into their cross-examinations and everything.
Wait, that's.
I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. I mean,
okay, that's not what proves self-defense. Self-defense isn't proved by the fact that a court case that we're examining isn't asking why 3 people chased Rittenhouse.
He said he's examining the court case. You telling me he's examining the court case, bro? Yo, these dudes are all government. Holy shit, is it fucking... Oh, I thought it was One Piece time. But yo, oh my fucking god. My man said the case. You know there's a whole case going on, right, dude? There's video evidence of this dude being chased. What are you saying, Doug?
That is the measuring stick for which you define self-defense. You would have to build a narrative. You would have to
by whether we're
have
talking
that narrative
about their
supported
behavior?
by evidence.
What?
Yeah, but we're not even talking about. Okay, wait. Are we moving on to the morality of Rittenhouse? Let's go to that. Okay.
Let's. I mean, I would like to hear what Hake has.
Yo, isn't that fucking either pivoting or leaping over the conversation? Holy shit, Doug. Y'all consider this dude an intellectual? That's an intellectual for real? Holy shit. Blindly disregarding fucking facts? Or not even facts. We won't call them facts. Evidence. Evidence being presented to him. Holy shit. A judgment of character, and to sit there and say that fucking Kyle didn't look like he was the one to get picked on, Doug. The wounded deer to get separated from the rest of the herd. But again, deer's got antlers. We ain't even gonna call these 2 hyenas got fucking killed. 1 hyena got fucking maimed. They will not fuck with anybody with a gun again. They learned their lesson. Anybody like I said, the other man, even that dude with the ponytail took off, yo. He was like, yeah, I'm gone, yo. Don't need to be here. Got fucking my girl at home, yo. Want to get some ass or whatever, yo. The black dude, like I said, broke dance out of that shit. It was like, yeah, my man's shooting. Only 2 other people kept assaulting this dude. Wouldn't let him get up and go to the fucking police, thug, yo. So you all made a situation worse and gonna try to blame somebody else. Fucking A, dog, yo. This is
and then counterpoints as well.
This is real.
Yeah, but Riley was trying to say something quick, so I want to make sure.
I'm down with Riley
Especially
as well.
when this dude has no idea what he's talking about.
Because it seems like, all right, you might not be saying like, oh, this is what their mindset is, but when you present facts like, oh, they had a bomb, oh, they were at places X, Y, and Z, like it certainly seems like, even in like a legalistic sense, that you are certainly insinuating what their mindset is. So I feel like it's not like to say that like, oh, I'm just presenting all these facts and saying like, oh, well, you know, I'm not saying that they have this kind of mindset. Like it seems like you're certainly insinuating.
What's wrong?
I'm going by what their actions, not what I like think they were thinking or the level of malintent that they had. I'm going like their evidence shows.
We're not idiots, all right? We know what this is supposed to paint the picture of, okay?
Yeah, no, you are idiots.
Okay, can we move on to the morality
Paint the
of Rittenhouse? Does
picture.
anybody want to take the staff on that? Because we have about 30 minutes left on this topic.
I think he was unbased and cringe-pilled.
Oh, fuck, what?
I think he was a part of a dingus group that, you know, they were doing what they could lawfully, but I think that they set a minor up in a terrible situation. You hear throughout the story that his people weren't even with him most of the time. It seems as though they were kind of doing their own thing, and they were more so using him as a, hey, go over here and put this fire out. Hey, go over here and help this person, you know, with a thing.
Exactly.
Or were they under the, you know, speculation that he was 19 years old? He lied and said he was an EMT. All of this, to me, and my subjective, you know, builds the point of being a dingus. You know, but it doesn't give the right to attack you. Anybody else the right?
Very dingus-filled.
What's a dingus?
Just criminally clumsy, almost.
It's an Australian dog.
Oh, sure. Yeah, look, okay. So the issue that I have with this is that I feel like conservatives are often super dishonest with why they support Kyle Rittenhouse. Okay, so I actually think of like Hake is a very honest one, right? So when Hake defends like Rittenhouse, it's not some principled like, oh, him being there was a.
His first mistake was saying, "I'm gonna take your gun." That's your first mistake. If he was gonna do anything criminal like that, he should have never said that and then try to take his gun. He should have just fucking stalked him like he was gonna stalk him and took his shit. But nah, he wanted to be tough. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take your shit. Wait till you're alone. Holy
way of defending property. He calls him an angel, right? I think that in reality, conservatives tend to be really fearful about things like BLM protests, which is why we hear these ridiculous narratives about literally burning.
Wasn't the BLM protest. No matter how many times these assholes keep saying that stupid shit. No, it wasn't. And if you're trying to say that, keep saying that shit to spin some sort of fucking racist narrative. Again, my man got up and didn't shoot one black person after that. Could have had a plenty excuse. Could have been like, yo, I was in a fucking rage. Tired of getting hit. I'm tired of getting picked on. This dude hit me with like, nah. I heard the nigga say fucking, yo, I rocked him. Then this other motherfucker, this fucking crazy cracker, come out of the cut and try to hit me with a fucking skateboard? Then this fucking stupid wackadoo talking about he's supposed to be an angel of death? What the fuck? Fuck everybody. I would have licked off in the crowd like, yo, fuck y'all. I'm tired of human society, dog. Blam, you're gone. Blam, you're gone. Blam, you're gone. Stop chasing me. Stop fucking... When you keep bothering somebody, what happens, dog? Are there not consequences? Somebody thorough enough, you keep fucking with somebody at the bar and they tell you to stop 2 or 3 times, you keep doing it, they fucking pop, they knock you out. Whose fault is that? It's not the person who punches you fault, it's your fault for fucking being an antagonizer. What is wrong with you? Again, it's scary because you want them to be guilty, so you'll make up
We have the bill, by the way, for all the BLM protests, and it doesn't even come close to a lot of other civic expenditures. So if cities were burning, we would have been paying out much higher values than that. But we fearmonger, and we build up this narrative where, you know, we need people like Kyle Rittenhouse to be avenging angels to come in there and defend our cities. Depending on how far right you are, there might be a racial element to that that'll really depend on who you're talking to.
There. It's funny when just sitting there is defending your city,
vigilantes patrolling, not even to speak of like youth or anything like that, just vigilantes patrolling protests, open.
Imagine this dude was saying that shit, not watching the thing, dog. Again, not watching the tape. Again, the picture has already been painted. We've seen multiple videos, multiple statements, and none of what fucking people were saying or evidence shown leads to what fucking Vosh is talking about. These are all personal feelings. And if you want your peers to judge you off of their personal feelings, this is scary.
Carrying
fucking
like
scary,
threatening people
bro.
off property is a mathematically and civically
get
unstable
off
and
of
ineffective way of
Cops
mitigating
will do that shit
property
all the time.
damage. If Kyle Rittenhouse hadn't gone, less damage would have happened. People died because he went there. If he had just taken the money that he spent on his guns or whatever and donated.
If that dude who fucking was vlogging ran towards the person who got shot, that guy probably could have got saved. But nah. He chased fucking this dude.
it towards whatever like community rebuilding act had taken place after the protests, he probably would have done significantly more good.
Those
we
three
have to work
dudes
as a
left him alone, there would have been no
in order to overcome admittedly difficult social challenges that we face during protests. But we can't let this warmongering law and order narrative overcome what's actually practical, because that's exactly the logic that the anti-civil rights protesters used too. They wouldn't say that they didn't like the black people having rights, because a lot of them didn't like that, but
no black people were hurt in the making of this revolution, bro. When my man went to that fucking Wisconsin liberation or whatever and was screaming Viva la Revolution, I bet you there was no black people in that fucking crowd. And if they were there for free food, yo. Or free t-shirts. They was giving out free shirts. It was like, yeah, what the fuck, what revolution y'all talking about? Black lives, what? Nah, man, I don't give two fucks. What? We gonna be rioting though? You telling me there's gonna be some free shit, maybe? Come on, I'm in it. I'm in it, bro. Viva la Revolution. But when, what is it? Kyle. Let's call him Kyle, bro. When Kyle got out there, he shot 3 white folks. 3 white folks, bro. Didn't continue shooting afterwards. Ran to the fucking police, which you guys are scared of. For some weird reason, somebody running away from you is the most scariest thing in the world. I can't comprehend it. Cannot comprehend it unless you knew that Kyle was gonna go home, double back, and then come start laying people out. Not some kid fucking looking with a terrified look on his face, running towards the fucking police. Holy shit, Doug. But again, let's
they would talk about the property damage. They would talk about the disrespect to law officials, law and order, and that's how they would justify the crackdown. So the best thing that you can do if you really care about protecting the city is to wait, be patient, and contribute to civic funds and projects to rebuild after. The best thing you can do if you want to keep black people from having rights is shut the fuck up. That's the best thing that you can do.
Okay,
Saves a lot of
energy. Can we eliminate one variable so we don't have to go over and over again? Do we get like for the
I forgot Dylan don't like black folks.
We wouldn't care whether or not he was 17 or 18 and carrying a gun. He was confident with the firearm. We don't give a shit. It's brought up as a fucking talking point in order to say like, oh, this poor fucking 17-year-old kid, this, that, the other. When it's brought over by like leftists or liberals or progressives, it's brought up as a sign of inexperience, whereas a more experienced person might not have like resulted in death or great bodily harm. He was a juvenile person who stuck himself into a shitty situation. So if we have the exact same case, and then it was an 18-year-old, does this modify any of our arguments just so we don't have to go over that ground again? My answer is no. Like, based off of the perspectives, his age actually has very little to do with this.
I think it's only an indicator.
The whole situation has nothing to do with it, besides the fact that he
in my opinion, his age only affects who is the burden of responsibility on like a curfew charge or things that are not in accordance to like Kyle Rittenhouse himself specifically defending himself. Like I said, Wendy Rittenhouse earlier, knowingly dropping him off, with it, that would be the avenue. But I still don't think they have really any bearings. But that to me is the closest that they have.
So, what I'm asking is this like a major moral argument that's going to change what we're talking about, or is it more like this just kind of modifies the way we perceive things for rhetoric? And the reason why I'm trying to get past it is because I think that there's like actually real things that we could give a shit about that's like more pertinent. Like, so for instance, like I would kind of wonder, like for me, let's just break this down really quick from like a conservative perspective real quick. The bad cop shootings happen, riots occur. Cops typically, law enforcement departments typically back off. Number one, because they're most likely the perpetrators of a bad shooting if they're in the host city. As a result, they back out of like areas. They deal with themselves. They get into riot gear. They stop protecting damage. As a result, in response to a bad shooting, there's a riot. It causes property damage, and then because of that property damage, it's felt like law enforcement, in turn, on top of fucking up their jobs in the first place with a bad shoot, or even if it wasn't a bad shoot, they're unable to protect the public. And so then it's up to the public to like in this case on whether or not their downtown areas, their commercial areas get defended. For me, I don't give a fuck. I think it's perfectly fine that if there's a riot that's going to destroy an economic hub of your city and it's based off of shitty information, then I have no moral problem with somebody rolling down there and saying like, hey, listen, I'm not here to fuck with y'all, but you're not burning down this business. And if you try to fucking take my gun from me, I'm going to kill you. Literally have no problems with that morally. So that's kind of like the crux of the argument is.
How about this? You don't even got to think about all that. You're just walking down the street in a place where you can openly carry. Like back in the day, dog, just walking down the street, you're not even thinking about. You never know when a fucking an atomic bear is gonna try to attack the city. You gotta defend yourself. So yeah, you got your shit slung around your back or pointed downwards, or you're ready to throw it into a lock case like people should do, or whatever. You're minding your own business, and some fucking wackadoo out of the shadows decides they want to fuck with you, bro. Like, that's what these people don't understand, dog. They were sitting there minding their own business. There was one other dude being agitated, but it wasn't on Kyle. It was somebody fucking totally else, but they decided to pick on that dude. And they learned the lesson. That's what should be. Y'all should be getting taken.
Do private citizens, when law enforcement is no longer present, have the
gun
ability to defend their own private property against
come for your gun,
rioters, particularly when they're not a part of this like five-head academic systemic racism argument. They're a motherfucker that has to work the next day and pay their bills.
I think I could be sympathetic to. I think I could be sympathetic to that, but I think the thing with Kyle, and especially like his not just his age, I think the inexperience issue would carry on into the age of like 18, 19, 20 even. But the fact that there was just that like inexperienced guy who like frankly looks 14 at the time, but like yeah, just that like having him there, and that also kind of says quite a lot about the people who were with him and who were encouraging him at the time as well.
And can I make a clarification?
Why are we making it seem like this dude wasn't pushed to an incident, bro? Fucking stop making it seem nobody should have been there. Nobody should have been there at fucking all, dog. If Kyle was there and that them other 3 dudes weren't there, there probably wouldn't have been a problem. There probably wouldn't have been a problem. You know what I mean? That you can arrange and switch it, arrange it any way the fuck you want, bro. You can't fucking have this dude explain his existence. You can't fucking you can't put this dude on trial for existing. Holy fucking shit, why was he there? Why was he there? What the fuck cares? Why was anybody there? Why was anybody there? This is what makes you people so fucking ignorant. Why was anybody there? To burn down your own city? If you're willing to burn down your own city, you're a fucking fool to begin with. You know what I mean? If you're in a social whatever, and like you said, you see people saying like, yo, this dude's not with us. This red bald-headed dude is not with us. He's wilding out. Don't put him with us. Don't put him with us. But for some reason right now, this whole fucking panel wants them to mingle them guys in with Black Lives Matter. 3 dudes who tried to steal a young man's pistol to the point where they're willing to harm him. He is being hunted down and fucking stalked for what he has, and would have get like dog fucking 5 minutes staying. And what's crazy is dog if Kyle didn't shoot, them dudes would have fucked him up. Homeboy would have sat there instead. That's probably what he was saying in his head. He was probably sitting there like, oh, please don't hit him with the thing, until the dude started shooting. He's like, oh, why is he shooting him? He's only hitting him with a skateboard. Dude, weapons fucking hurt. Then there was a dude waiting in the shadows with a fucking like a bat or something that looked like it would have caused damage. Kyle would have been knocked out. Then you would have had real criminals with a fucking gun. What the fuck is wrong with you people? But yet you're gonna blame the fucking dude for protecting himself, for running away and then protecting himself. Listen to you guys. Listen to what you are fucking saying, bro. If it was a black dude and the roles were reversed, would you be saying the same shit, dog? Probably. You'd probably be like, oh, it's just a bunch of white boys, not noticing that there's 2 fucking black dudes still trying to take this fucking young boy's gun, dog. Them dudes was looking for that motherfucker's gun, point blank, period, dog. I don't know what the fuck you guys are saying. I mean, if we can make speculations, if you can sit there that Kyle was there to fucking have everybody fucking to murder black people, then my thing is that those dudes were there to take Kyle's gun, and then that somebody in Kyle's clique, knowing that they maybe even his sister's cousin or his sister's boyfriend or whatever, he might have set that dude up. Sitting there be like, oh yeah, don't worry about him, da 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 da. Then all of a sudden everybody leaves Kyle by himself, even though he is like a fucking deer in headlights walking around doing whatever the fuck he was doing. But still, dog, you can't fault this dude for fucking being naive, because these guys were naive to try to take a man's gun, and look what the fuck happened. You guys are fucking dumb, yo. This argument is stupid. There's been a lot of
speculation that Kyle killed people defending property. He alleges, and the defense claims, he killed people trying to take his life, being in fear of his life. Wow. If he was there to kill people, I'm trying to keep this in the frame of morality here.
What did you see,
I mean,
bro?
wouldn't he have
been
just picking people off
on the screen?
if
like,
he was truly an active shooter? How come he only made contact the exact finite number that he needed to, the people that were taking, in his mind,
he went there to defend property.
Okay, but to back this,
offering medical aid.
But to back this up, though, because this was actually one of my frustrations last year, was Vosh, you in particular, you referred to him as an active shooter.
Imagine. My fault. I'm always saying imagine, too.
An active shooter to me is somebody who's trying to stack bodies. They're either a terrorist or they're a nihilist who wants to commit suicide by cop. They run into a public area to kill as many people as possible. And yet we had footage within like 24 to 48 hours that was not the case. And so it seemed like there was this massive like political momentum to portray this as like a mass shooting.
Even now.
When it fucking wasn't. It was some fucking larky dude who showed up to a fucking protest trying to fucking live out his fucking fucking militia fantasy. He fucking bit off a little bit more than he could chew. He got separated from his group.
No, he's looking at trying to protect somebody's thing.
Killed that guy. More people chased him down.
A little bit of self-worth.
And then he killed those
people.
people.
I think you guys don't. Nobody in this channel has self-worth, yo. Holy shit.
魅力が止まらないわね。もう足を引っ張らない。
being perceived as an active shooter. If you're in a situation like that as a protester, you have no fucking idea whether or not somebody who just got shot in the back was shot because they because a person is an active shooter, because a person is crazy, or because a person acted in self-defense. I think the argument, I don't remember the specific terminology that I used in videos like a year ago or whatever, because I haven't really covered Rittenhouse since, but for me it's more about the difficulties and the ambiguities surrounding, like, this is one of the reasons why the armed society and polite society shit is bullshit. There are plenty of cases in the US where a person who like concealed carries or open carries will respond to some violence nearby them, and then like, what does an onlooker see? 2 people with guns. What do the cops see? 2 people with guns. Hell, if the person defending themselves is the only one with a gun out because the other person's been disarmed or didn't draw fast enough, the cop could end up shooting the person who's defending themselves. In fact, that happened at a robbery, a store robbery some time ago, where a cop rolled up to see one person holding a gun at another, shot the person holding the gun, and it turns out that was the person legally acting in self-defense against the person who had the gun pointed at them. All of these circumstances mean that when it comes to defending property or lives, random vigilantism is just not an effective way of doing it. You said morally you don't have an issue with people taking the role of the police, and in that I agree. But the problem is police have tactics, organization, and training. And even then, I don't like how they handle things most of the time in these situations. For random citizens, like, you would need to form, like, walls, like cordon off certain areas, clearly express intent. Your goal is to avoid violence. You need enough people to form a solid blockade if you're trying to protect property or block off streets. This is really difficult to do as, like, a militia, let alone a single kid who got separated from his group.
But isn't that kind of the crux of the argument here? Because, so for instance, like, this was the crux of the defund the police argument last year, was that, like, there was motherfuckers, and I know I'm not addressing anybody in this room, but there were people like Mike from PA who basically said, I don't give a fuck what law enforcement does. They're a bunch of manipulative fucking cunts, and all the shit they do is fucking negative and toxic. So as a result, let's just slash their budget, see where it is, throw it into social programs. And if crime spikes temporarily, then guess what? We serve the greater good. But you basically see this entire, hold on, I'm almost done. You almost see this entire backlash to this perspective, where basically what has happened instead is you've had the rhetoric of defund the police. It hasn't even been implemented. Law enforcement fucking backs off. COVID fucking hits, which makes everything a billion times worse. And now Black Lives Matter and defund the police. Excuse me, but like, have we checked out the polling on those things? Because I'm pretty sure they're both dead in the water. And I know it was fucking annoying last year to have a bunch of fucking centrist dipshits like me fucking, you know, being like, hey guys, rhetorically this is pretty bad. I understand what you want to do, but if you modify... Please finish that question. What does this have to do with anything?
We were specifically talking about... We were specifically talking about whether vigilantism is an effective way of defending a community, and I'm making arguments for why individual vigilantism, while conceptually defensible, usually just makes things a lot worse, which is why it should be morally disencouraged. I wouldn't have a problem if it was like the Black Panther Party doing stuff like that, because they did have a near militant level of in-group organization, firearms training, stuff like that, but that's not
kill a bunch of cops? Like, what is this? What is this parallel? And then on top of that, hold on. You asked why. So do you want me to just Google that real quick? Because I'm pretty sure I could find you some articles and send them to you.
Anyways, about how effective vigilantes.
About Black Panthers killing cops?
Wait, we're not talking about. Wait, hold on, wait.
I said
Angels.
Wait, I said wait. So you're gonna wait for us.
The Guardian Angels. I used to walk through New York City.
So we're gonna have Connor finish clarifying whatever he is with Black Panthers. We're gonna have Vosh respond. We're gonna throw the brand. Then we're gonna move on to outros on this topic, so we can move on to the next thing, because I don't want to keep you all past midnight here.
Is it the Guardian Angels? Eastern Standard Time. They used to wear berets.
Connor.
Okay, so
let me
clarify why I brought all this shit up anyways. Maybe I can make it a little bit more clear. So basically, the original thing is, why is a 17-year-old kid running around with a rifle? Okay?
Why do you keep saying that, bro?
Sequence of events. There's a
Stop
bad law
asking that
shooting,
question.
or perceived bad law enforcement shooting.
Stop asking that question, though.
Rioters start destroying a fucking downtown area. So
why are you asking that one question?
They sweep in order to do vigilante shit. Bad shit
why
happens
were
as
these
a fucking
dudes
result.
fucking attacking
So it's weird when we're on the fucking right or the fucking centrist side, and we're saying like, hey,
so
law enforcement serves a vital fucking social function, and if you want to do any kind of defund the police, you need to build your parallel structures first, or else you're going to completely fuck up the society. But then we've had leftists for the better part of a fucking year telling us, no, don't worry about it. We'll just slash defund and we'll refund fucking social services. It'll all come out in the fucking wash. And then to fucking use that, and then it's like, this is what is fucking happening. But then we're vilifying fucking militias when they're the exact fucking product of like social insecurity as a result of attacking law enforcement in the first place. All of these things are connected.
Okay.
Yeah, just to be clear, like, you can say that.
Wait, Loner. It was Vosh next.
Okay.
I just want to say thank you for confirming that had nothing to do with what I was talking about. I was just talking about why it's bad for these militia groups to go out there in response to protests. This has nothing to do with the rhetoric of defund the police or anything like that. And by the way, just to be clear, the language you're describing could literally it could literally be used to defend like brown shirts. You know that, right? A lot of the militant insurgency in Nazi Germany was
the same shit you're saying now could be the same for fucking victim flaming fucking people that have been raped. Why was they wearing that? Why do they look so good? They were asking for it. I'm saying they because I don't want it to be a gender thing. You know what I mean? Anybody. Anybody. So what Vosh and these people are, or anybody that's fucking denying fucking this dude his shit until a due process is definitely fucking the type of person that would blame somebody for being raped. And it shows. It shows. They're still calling this nigga Nazi. Fucking wow.
As a product of the burning of the Reichstag, the belief that communists were like destroying society, that they had to organize it. Like, so we know that the militia groups are a product of social insecurity. That social insecurity is something that I spent a lot of time on my channel arguing against. But I deny the direct link between the defund the police narrative and that, because conservatives have been pushing that militancy and fear for decades. The defund the police thing is what, a couple of years old.
Isn't that what you guys want as well too? Fucking public service, like a community service type fucking thing. The what is it? Community. Wow, something. What do you call that shit? Community protection? Like you didn't need the police. People in the community could fucking like. That's what that looks like. That's what that looks like in a nutshell. I'm just like, you people don't know what you want. I'm sorry. You don't know what you want.
The idea that we need like militant policing in order to protect our white suburbs from POC communities, that goes back centuries. So I don't think you can round this back to look at these Twitter leftists. They didn't listen to me when I said defund the police was optically bad. We need to focus on what I was talking about, which is that what Kyle Rittenhouse did was wrong. It's bad. It doesn't improve society. It doesn't make the country safer.
Okay, but then what do you expect fucking people to do?
Josh wants you all to just die. Just sit there and die. Take it.
I'm just going to make a quick side point, that's all. And that is that law enforcement or people that are your first responders on the phone that you're calling the dispatcher, they instruct you implicitly. If you've witnessed something, I don't think I've ever heard in the history, outside of maybe Danny Glover and Die Hard, being instructed by law enforcement to take the law into their own hands, whether they know what happened or they didn't know what happened. And the evidence proves that most of the people had no idea what had happened.
Like,
they had no idea the, whether it was self-defense or whether this guy was just waving his gun. They could not play judge, jury, and executioner. The mob makes multiple calls to get him, cranium that boy. That is things they did not have the jurisdiction to do. That essentially, with that, built a case from the moment they said that after Rosenbaum, a second case for self-defense. You will never be instructed by law enforcement or anyone affiliated with that to take the law into your own hands. It is something that is a reactionary system, like we're talking about going to court and proving your innocence. Like I said, you will never be. What you're basically saying, Vaush, is that vigilantism is okay as long as you're in a big enough crowd and you're a vigilante with a big crowd, a mob doing things. That's basically what you're saying whenever you say that, because the same vigilante that you could say that was running around defending businesses was confronting vigilantes that were out burning businesses, looting, rioting, making threats, at gas stations trying to harm people that were inside of gas stations. What you're saying kind of is nonsensical, and further down the line doesn't make any sense.
He just wants to make it.
That was directed at Vosh. I kind of have to give him a chance to respond to that.
He's defending the boogeyman.
I'm not saying we should have like large marauding militia gangs. Only that if your goal is to defend property or like a part of your neighborhood, you need a large enough number of people to coordinate, essentially like a militia shield wall. It can't be done as an individual.
Shield wall? What the fuck is that?
Wait, hold on. Yes, or cops. I don't know why you keep. I don't know who in this panel has argued that police should have no role in maintaining safety during protests. Nobody has said that. But if you are going to engage in militia action, you can't really do it effectively as an individual. At that point, you're just a lone shooter. You need to have the organization that confers to other people a sense of authority, control, discipline, and organization. This is literally like how
fucking one side of the
police shield walls function. If you just do it as an individual, lone cops are in trouble.
So we have to, Loner, would it be okay if you use your time to speak during any territory? No? Okay.
That's all right.
Yeah, to make it from fucking one side of the
just to answer your question, like why were the people out there with their guns defending it? Well, yeah, you can make that case. The people were protesting at night, they were rioting, and that's probably neither was a really great idea. And the cops weren't there, so that can explain why there were communities trying to defend their property, but that doesn't explain why there was an inexperienced 17-year-old there. And I don't think that's because of defund the police. The reason that there was an inexperienced 17-year-old there and that there will likely be more in the future is because we now have this like ecosystem of like sycophants and like LARPing enablers who are just fawning over this kid who like there was probably at least 3 times in that event where Kyle could have easily lost his life. And there are people who are just completely ignoring that, acting like the worst fucking role models on earth, Hake being one of them, and just saying that like, yeah, we're going to elevate this person and we're going to set the precedent that this is actually okay to do. And, next time there won't be 2 people dead. There'll be 20.
Okay, God damn it, Dylan, we're like on the verge of understanding each other. Why the fuck are we moving on? All we've done is fucking jerk each other off.
Well, because then we'd have to cancel one of the topics.
Your show, bro. I love you.
Yep. Connor, okay, this is what I'll do. I'll let you respond, and he also mentioned Hake, so I gotta give Hake a chance to speak as well. So, Connor, Hake, then we'll figure out, you know what, we'll let it go, and we'll just see what happens, okay? You know what, we'll make this a Democrat-run city for a little bit, okay? Connor, you go.
Sounds great. Thank you. So, no, I know. Okay, so the point is, like, I feel like we're on the fucking verge of figuring this out here, where we can actually communicate to each other, probably for the first time in fucking 2 years.
Figure it out.
Like, why do these people feel animated? You could say it's propaganda. You can say it's bullshit. You can say that it has nothing to do with reality, that they're just being propagandized and they're only watching Fox News. But to these motherfuckers, when you walk down the fucking street and you see stores getting robbed and stolen and burned and looted and all that kind of shit, it doesn't matter if it's fucking $500,000 or if it's $2 billion worth of fucking damage. It's happening within their community. Like, people do not understand systems from an individualistic perspective. So to be like, I have no idea why Kyle Rittenhouse felt the way that he fucking did. That's weird as shit. And on top of that, as like naturally empathetic people, like I have no idea how you can't even put yourself in the shoes of a motherfucker that basically sees bad shit going on in his community and feels like he needs to do something in order to step up and stop it. Lumi, you seem fucking animated. I would love to hear your opinion.
It's not his community. You keep saying this is his community.
Dylan, you've been speaking for this shit all fucking night. Lumi, can you please expand on why it's not his community? I would love.
Everyone is a cop in the
from an entirely
Understand
different place, which is something that
Antifa
gets targeted. Do you know where? Okay.
Her understanding. So we didn't hear this dude say that this gotta be fucking old shit. We didn't hear this motherfucker say my dad lives here.
Oh, no, fuck this. We've been waiting for this all night. Do you know where Antioch, Illinois is?
1 hour from the border of...
No, it's 15 minutes. Do you know where Kenosha is? 15 minutes away. Do you know where Kyle Rittenhouse worked?
Did he work there?
He worked in Kenosha, Wisconsin.
He worked there?
Okay,
wow.
That's
amazing.
Wait.
Yeah, right. And his dad lived there.
There we go. Law and order, okay? I'll let you be a Democrat for a second and see what happens. Okay.
Wow.
Lumi,
you cut him off because he was right?
No, I just conceded my point.
Okay. So...
But yet you shut this dude up just so she could say something that she didn't know nothing about.
And 57%.
Like how she
so next was okay, Connie. Okay, I'll let you continue for a tiny bit more, but I gotta give it to Hank.
You fucking 15 seconds away though.
What's going on? I'm giving you what you want, Dylan. Let me love you.
I haven't noticed this before. Why is Connor shadowboxing with me? He keeps like bringing up.
The point of this is that like I understand like all the fucking lefties and liberals and progressives on this panel are super fucking reasonable and they're giving us all the rational fucking talking points. But at the same time, like this is not what anybody has experienced for the past fucking year. We've heard that talking point. We've heard other talking points. He's a white supremacist, white nationalist, neo-Nazi who went down intentionally into Kenosha, Wisconsin in order to kill fucking black people.
And not like can you not do the LCTR fan? Wait, there's nothing more boring than somebody being, well, I know that you all have made good points, but somewhere on Twitter I know, like, yeah, we know, obviously. Discourse is going to be...
made these points
wait, hold on. At what you've ascribed one point to me and you misremembered it.
He's like, yo,
what other point do you have? Do you want me to substantiate the white supremacy thing? Because I'm pretty sure all I said was that he was part of like or like after the Proud Boys stuff. Like the Proud Boys are white supremacist org. I can't believe you would like hold water for them like that. But why are you like
white supremacists with an Afro-Cuban leader?
Thank you. The best counter argument you have is like are you like wait, hold on really quickly. Connor, if you want, you can find the debate that I had with Destiny and Erica and you can watch it and get angry responding to it, okay? But we're here now, live, presently. I don't know why you keep trying to defer to this imagined collective of lefty perspectives.
Facts that don't even correlate with what's going on with the case.
Every fucking day.
You're on this panel. This panel.
No, how you like, dude? You've said nothing about anything that's going on in the trial, bro. I was like, after you tell this chick, like, you see how she concedes? And she's like, yeah, I'll sit here and listen. I'll soak up information, even though she's probably still seeming like Kyle shouldn't have been there with a gun. You know that's still her only fucking argument. This dude is gonna sit there and try to fight tooth and nail. Tooth and nail.
Hey, and by the way, I'm pretty sure if we clip this out and stuck this out into your fucking fan base, y'all are gonna get fucking crucified, or they're gonna say, oh wow, that was the right optical choice to go in super fucking mellow on this shit. So no,
my fan base is totally fine with what I'm saying right now.
Vosh has already posted a video of Connor saying all the same points. I've just got fucked on Twitter for doing the same thing. You were there, Connor.
I was there. Thank you for standing up.
It's a little weird. You would just randomly accuse me of being duplicitous with my audience when all the positions that I'm holding right now are consistent with other streams and videos that I've put out over the past like couple months. Where's this argument coming from?
When dude said you can't have
then it's coming from a year of frustration with people saying that they don't have to fucking worry about how defund the police is going to be perceived optically. They don't have to worry about how BLM is going to be perceived optically. That it's just a little bit of rioting. That fucking we can excuse it and this, that, the other way. Progressive and fucking centrist media like CNN and fucking MSNBC in the defense of fucking rioting. Literally the fucking meme standing out in front of a burning fucking building and saying
this is like every BLM talking point that's ever been brought up in the past 18 months. We're on a panel with other people.
So how do you not understand it?
Understand what? You like dragging this out into every talking point ever associated with the subject? Understand what? What do I fail to understand?
Okay, so actually you agree. So so just to
wait,
clarify
wait,
what you're
what
saying
do I
right
not
now.
understand?
Wait,
clarify
what you're saying right now.
Right
now, you have the centrist position from a year ago. That's your current position. Is the centrist position a year ago?
I don't know what centrist position. My position is my position. My position's changed with time, but I think that most of what I'm saying now is consistent. I'm pretty sure that with the defund the police stuff, I was cautioning about optics.
Okay, and by the way,
wait.
Well, I just want to know what I'm wrong about.
What
do I not understand?
Like, no, wait, both of you. So, Connor, you're gonna ask the last question.
Wait, can I ask the question?
We have to move on to Hague, or I gotta cut out the last topic.
I need the answer to this,
like, things, so I don't
you've done this several.
Take away their time and research.
So Vash, it's weird being talked to about being too fucking edgy or too fucking hyperbolic when it seems like you have a historical pattern when it comes to content of seeing things that happen, reacting to them live, having hyperbolic language within 24 to 48 hours, and then being forced to clarify. So right now, since your position is what my position was the day after the shooting, and it's taken you about a year to get here, or you had an enlightenment 1 month in, and you fucking switched your fucking position. Are you committing now to the next time that there's a controversial shooting that you're just going to withhold your fucking hyperbole until all the fucking facts are out?
Position?
Or are you going to do the fucking...
Also, wait, hold on, wait, really quickly. First of all, really quickly, just so you know, it's super weird and obsessive for you to be like, a year ago you had a debate, your positions are different now. I was really ready to argue with that version of you that I had in my head. It's really, wait, hold on. First of all, it's, hold on. Connor, wait, he needs to let me finish, okay?
Yeah, you gotta let him finish. And then we gotta move on to Hague.
He's arguing with like multiple timelines of Vosh right now. Okay, I'm here now, Connor. I'm here now. You can argue with the positions that I have now. Can you please tell me what I've changed my mind on? Because you keep saying I don't understand this, I'm wrong about this. What have I changed my mind on?
Okay, so do you think law enforcement officers are trained to plant evidence on citizens?
What?
Some of them are.
Okay, I'm just gonna start linking you your own content.
Wait, have you just like watched every video of ever? I think one time in a video I said
your videos.
Yeah, wait, okay, what does this have to do with the subject of the conversation we're currently having?
Part of the hyperbole.
Oh my god.
Showing political bias.
Stupid fucking perspectives.
So you don't actually have with regards to the subject we're discussing, what do you think I'm wrong about or changed my mind? I don't think there's anything wrong with changing your mind, but like, let's say, what have I changed my mind
about him not being chased by three men?
What have you changed your mind on? I would say the fucking narrative in the wake of the shooting in particular, you're completely fucking different than you were fucking 24 to 48 hours ago.
What am I doing?
After the shooting. And then basically,
so over the past year, my opinions have changed, possibly.
Are you
on what?
Okay. You know what? Fine. You win this interaction,
dude.
I'm just gonna start linking every single one of your fucking hyperbolic videos.
Like, why? Okay. Holy shit! The obsession is that
I debate in Twitch politics. I'm on a panel 3 times a week. I debate you, Destiny, fucking RGR.
Why not talk with the points I'm having right now?
You weren't supposed to be debating with me, by the way.
You're fucking cute, Fosh, right now. You're cuddly. I want to give you a hug. Where's my firebrand anarchist that hates Kyle?
Connor,
all the political bias. Where did it go?
Connor, wait, no, hold on, wait, please. This is so directed at me. Hold on, Connor.
Wait, stop.
Connor,
okay.
Connor, legit. Your interactions with Destiny have made you stupider. You're arguing with a man-jump version of myself in your head. You gotta chill, okay? It's gonna be okay. The fact that we have this whole conversation and you can't point to a single thing that I'm wrong on or have changed my mind about relative to this panel, but you're still seething over this, is indicative of actual like obsession. You need to calm down, okay? I think you're a cool dude, but this is really fucking weird.
Okay, Hague.
I believe that this whole thing is about getting rid of conservative, white Christian males, especially if they're Trump supporters. This is America. You have the right to carry a gun anywhere, pretty much anywhere you want. God. We need to unbrainwash people.
Damn, I didn't know
about
Connor
guns,
was that
like
far
what Eric
gone.
Holder wanted to do,
shit.
who was the Attorney General. If you're defending yourself or your home or your business, you are your own militia. I was at vigilantism. Kyle was not inexperienced in handling that rifle. He handled that rifle very well. Yes, Counterpoint made a good idea, a good statement that maybe he shouldn't have gotten separated from the group. I don't know how that happened, but he's offering medical support to others. He's putting out fires, and because he has this boyish innocence and he's just doing the right thing, it enrages Rosenbaum to go
They
after
looked
him.
and seen, yo,
So I'm not
fresh
sure that
fish.
anything
Yo, go
bad
steal that
actually
nigga
happened
shit,
in
bro.
Kenosha with regard
That's
to
what
Kyle's
they tried to
interactions with these
do.
people.
Kyle said no.
Helpful, well-disciplined young man.
That's my purse. I'll do
With
what I
that
want.
innocence, successfully
That's
defended
my
himself
purse.
against
I'll do what
violent
I want.
attackers
Blam,
who were enraged
blam.
at the sight of a gun,
Blam, blam,
enraged
blam.
at the sight of a young
yo, I
man who was
pointed my gun
upstanding
at
and
dude
defending
at
his
first. He
community.
stopped.
He had been cleaning up graffiti
Decided
earlier
to
in the
throw
day.
a plastic
The
bag
issue is
that
we
went
have
pretty
we
far,
have
so
a
who
country
knows if
that's
something
like
was in it or not.
brainwashed into thinking that
Turned
this
around
BLM
to
thing is a
run.
good thing,
Who's
that the
on
civil
my
rights movement
right?
was valid, that black
Oh,
people
shit.
in America don't
Blam,
have
blam,
rights.
blam,
Give me a
blam,
break.
blam.
They're if anything, we treat them like
Dip to the
we treat them
police.
too well. We treat
Who
them
got
in a way
chased by
that's
a mob?
Say it,
unjustly
King.
bro.
Let it out.
letting him get away with
Yes.
murder, and it's wrong. It's making and blacks are suffering, by the way, for that. Black on black crime is out of control, and then we're pretending that Kyle is a problem. It's pathetic, and it's a lot.
Well, what? Let's not bring up black people problems because y'all fucking can't figure out what self-defense is, Doug, yo. Because a panel of fucking 9 white people cannot fucking tell the difference between somebody fucking antagonizing somebody. Again, unless these dudes have evidence that they don't want to give the prosecution, who definitely needs fucking help right about now. Prosecution needs all the help they can get. All the help they can get. And these dudes, these guys, well, some of them have information that he could use that could fucking crack this case wide open. But yet they want to hold it so they can make a couple of dollars off of it. Holy fucking shit. This is disgusting. This is really disgusting.
Bosch is phony.
Then you're going to say, oh, this black man, fuck you.
Bosch,
fucking black, a whole white family just stalked a fucking black guy to death. And you're talking about this.
Mine will take 2 seconds. Okay, I'll start them. All right, I love all people. I love white people, black people, Rittenhouse people, and non-Rittenhouse people. I love all people, and that's why I think we probably shouldn't do the militia shit. Because I don't think it works that good. We should stop.
If a black person's Republican, you do not like them. So stop saying you like black. You don't like black. You like black people.
Yeah, I'm glad I got to weigh in more on the legal discussion. Just because
you don't like
I've
smart
been
black people.
seeing a lot of people think that they are legal experts on Twitter when they are not. But I was actually like reasonably like happy with the way that the legal discussion.
This is the same person that just said if she fucking seen this shit, she would still yo, the fucking FBI would laugh at you. Just they be like, what? You really want to take this case? Oh shit. Yo, Frank, come over here, yo. Homeboy wants to fucking play this thing, Doug. Holy shit. Holy shit. Holy fuck. But yo, this motherfucker really wants to prosecute this dude, yo. What? Little Kyle? Little Kyle from Chicago? Who's fucking almost fucking gang raped by a bunch of dudes? You sure? Yeah, you give him all the evidence. I gave him everything. So you did? And you still want to take this motherfucker to court, huh? You still want to bring him through the ringer? Okay, if you say so, bruh. You know no black people were hurt, right? You know there's not one black person. They one twisted his ankle. But I seen that dude playing ball the other. Matter of fact, we had a 2-on-2 the other day, Doug. My man was fucking jerking Frank. Huh, Frank? Yeah, my man had the fucking 1-2 crossover. And you would wow. Not going for you for a lawyer.
I would have weighed in more on the moral part, but
not
it was
moral.
already.
You keep saying morals,
so. Discussion. I'm muted.
Imagine judging something off of morals instead of the actual action, yo. It's just like, yo, so some mass murderer could have did some ill shit, but he's like, yo, it's okay, because they were all Klansmen. Everybody that he killed were future Klansmen. They all went to fucking Yale or some shit. This is a skull and crossbone Klansman. He did a good thing. These people would let him off. Holy fuck. Did they care about when that other Antifa bastard fucking stalked and killed that other white boy? I wonder how they felt about that shit. Fucking black.
I still just can't even follow Hake up.
Those are personal problems. We're talking about y'all motherfuckers being mad for no good reason.
White supremacy alive and well, and just vibing on the panel, you know. But that's my target.
That's why the police got the government in our face, because y'all ain't going to attack the people that are actually fucking this shit over. You try to attack innocent
I will
citizens.
acknowledge that I didn't speak a lot on this topic
Holy
because
shit, dog,
I went in a
so
different
you ever
direction
see those
looking
fucking
into it,
shits
so
where
that's unfortunate, but,
Black Lives Matter is in the middle of the street and the black dude's fucking driving his tractor trailer down the thing like, yo, what are you doing? I gotta get to a delivery, and they're sitting there like, Black Lives Matter. You're like, what the fuck stupid shit is that? I need to get to my next job so I can hurry up and get home to my fucking family. And these ignorant pieces of shit are still sitting there screaming stupid stuff, yo. Two black people. They're saying Black Lives Matter to other black people just trying to go about their fucking day. It is weird. It's fucking weird as shit, bro. And then that's what these Antifa fuck boys do, yo. They try to fucking mask it as, oh, they're doing it for the sake of black folks. Not one black person got hurt in that whole day. That whole day, my guy. Once shots started firing, they said, nope, Kyle is shooting. I'm running. I'm not going to deal with that nigga no more. I am good. Besides these other two fucking wackadoos, yo. One dude's still trying to hit him with a skateboard because I guess fucking paper beats rock somehow. Blam, blam. Oh, no, my fault. Yeah, probably a couple in his belly. Turned this shit into noodles, dog. He dropped. Fucking into gross score. A fucking St. Angel medic with a fucking Glock 45, dude. Vintage, I want to say he said. Or Gen 3. He said like Gen 7 Glock. He was happy about the generation. My man knew about that shit. He said, yeah, I pulled it from the waist of my back and chased him. He followed some man with a fucking gun when he didn't have to do that. He did not have to do that. But we'll give him a pass because Antifa? He had a chance to turn around and run. I guess he doesn't listen to rap music either. Shoot first. Blast first or freeze? You're fucked, bro. Holy shit, nigga. You pull your gun out, dog. Yeah, you should have had, when you had that shit, you should have pulled the trigger as you was going in. Instead of sitting there looking like, oh, are you going to stop now? Dude, I just got hit with a skateboard and knocked to the floor. Blam, here goes your bicep. Get your gun out of my face. He got back up and continued to do what he was doing. Ran to the police. Police was like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck's going on. There's gunshots all over the place, dude. You don't seem like a threat. Get the fuck out of here. Then Kyle went back to the police station, the next day? In fucking Dane? And they was probably like, what, dude? Shit, we seen... Oh, the FBI already showed us the shit. We've been watching everything. We seen this wackadoo chase you down the thing. What the fuck was you doing out there anyway, boy? You should have been at home with your mama. But, well, whatever. Whatever. It's not me to fucking be mad at you for existing. Go home. Then fucking Mr. Prosecutor over here is like, oh, you sent them home? It's like, yeah, nigga, the fucking FBI said that this dude didn't do shit. We sat there, we laughed. As a matter of fact, we fucking laughed, dog. You see fucking Kyle? I would have probably tried to punk him myself for the pistol. You know what I'm saying? Until he would have, you know, what? My day. Would have tried to take that dude shit myself. But yeah, Kyle did what he did. He ran. He ran to us, and we turned them away. No, I don't know. These guys would rather have Kyle die.
Thanks for the conversations outside of that.
Loner box?
I'm sorry, I forgot one thing.
You can say it out the intro of the next topic.
Okay.
Okay, Loner box?
I feel like I could do a good job like moderating counterpoints and Voss. So I think like the steel man there was that like of counterpoints was that like people were defending their property because people were being irresponsible and rioting and protesting.
Yeah, I do like the
because
irony.
They heard hyperbolic stuff from creators like Voss, I guess, talking about cops. So I don't know, that maybe hyperbole leads to like people protesting in like worse ways than they normally would. But
I do like
that doesn't explain why Kyle was there. Kyle was there because there's a really disgusting culture of like enabling culture going on around him.
He was defending
he's not going to be a better person for this. He should not be on a court stand like suffering from PTSD with the death of two people on his conscience. He should be in school with his fucking head down a toilet. Like, but I don't know. I mean, I love Jesse Lee Peterson people, and I love
innocent people,
fake dollar store Jesse Lee Peterson people.
Remember that, people. It's all right to attack innocent folks because you think that they're white supremacists. But you can't attack the government unless it's the police, and unless they're not doing what you want them to do. We only got a few more minutes of this shit.
Lecture fan?
What is this, closing statements or what?
Yes.
Oh, okay. No, I don't. I don't know. I don't really have anything. We can just move on.
Well, this is the dumbest fucking conversation.
There's no such thing as white supremacy. It's a fake boogeyman made up by people who feel sorry for criminals and clamp down. It's like a mama spirit. You bully the person who's trying to be enforcing the law, who's innocent, and you feel sorry for the criminal.
Exactly. It's nuts.
Okay,
Thank you.
Connor.
All right. So I'm happy we all landed on the centrist perspective. I'm so fucking happy that my politics have prevailed.
Oh my God, he's still doing it.
What I've learned from this panel is that white supremacy is an overblown term that basically you mean it academically, not explicitly. So we mean it in like the systemic racism way, in which color blindness might be slightly racist. In which conservatives seem to ignore disparate outcomes and don't seem to want to affect like systemic issues. That's what we mean when we mean white supremacy. We don't mean to imply that people are purposefully wearing fucking hoods and being racist motherfuckers. That's great. I'm super happy to learn that. I've just been fighting a straw man for the better part of a year. Totally cool. I'm also happy to learn that the left, basically everybody on this panel, is happy to go back into their communities and say Kyle Rittenhouse was not an active shooter. He was a dumb fuck LARPing 17-year-old, and he put himself in a self-defense situation, but he's going to be exonerated because ultimately, if you review the footage, it's a clear cut of self-defense. I'm very happy to hear that that's what you're going to go back to your audiences and say. I'm also happy to hear that you're going to go back to your audiences and you're going to say defund the police without creating parallel structures first is a toxic and fucking stupid way to advance social reform within the society. That basically what happens if you just chop up police budgets, throw them haphazardly into social institutions, and then just let the fucking cards land where they may, is going to be a counterproductive fucking mess that destroys social progress within that society.
Should be like the military. You should have like a fucking
Holy shit, nobody was talking about any of this.
So, the good part of defund the police
He's so
is
mad, I don't think
diversifying
I've
roles.
ever shit-talked him
Cops are jacks of all trades and masters of none. So it's a great thing that what we're going to do is we're going to create field social workers, we're going to train cops in de-escalation techniques and crisis intervention training. We're actually going to give cops more money. Defund the police was a bait and switch. It's refund the police. We're going to give them more money so they're better cops on the fucking ground. That way we can improve society as a fucking whole. So I'm just super happy that I've been fighting fucking straw men and shadows and Don Quixote fucking windmills for the better part of a fucking year, and everybody on this panel agrees with everything that I just fucking said. It's awesome. I'm happy to see so much progress made.
Want some weird trend.
Brant.
Yeah, the facts of the matter of the case are, as a mother dropped her 17-year-old son off with people defending their businesses legally and
that nigga's a young adult, so if he was dropped off by anybody,
lawfully,
it doesn't matter.
He was there legally carrying a weapon on his persons. He was threatened by an 11 times convicted offender who made threats prior to and confronted him. He defended himself 3 times. We've seen now how corrupt the state can be. Wow. And what's really the thing that's tickling me pink over here is the fact that for 450 plus days, we've heard about how corrupt the state is and how the system needs to go down. But now all of a sudden we want to use the system when it benefits our political needs. And it's one of those things where I'm sitting here in the middle and like when I first started streaming on Twitch, I was full-blown ANCAP. And as I've tried my best to try to side with either side's usage of the First Amendment right, what I watched and experienced in Kenosha live, which I would say out of all of you, I was probably the only person to document, still have after the entire day's actions covered for 12 hours, covering all of the reporters, including Drew Hernandez, all the people that submitted their evidence, watching it. I didn't see any cases for First Amendment. I saw egregious, vile acts, threats, and I saw, like I said, 3 gentlemen make grave mistakes. And the third guy should be lucky that he's even alive to lie 3 times on the witness stand.
Why would you go into an argument not knowing any of the facts, yo? That is amazing, yo. It is amazing that you would go into an argument and not know any facts. Any of it besides one white guy was shooting at a fucking protest that you perceive to be Black Lives Matter. Holy shit, dog, yo. 3 white men get shot, it's still a racist thing. Meanwhile, those 3 men in fucking Dana probably more likely about to get off on some fucking murder, hunting down a man and murder shit. But none of these people in this panel would even think about talking about that shit. Because that's not racist enough. Not at all. It's more racist up here in Kenosha. Because it sounds like a racist name, yo. It almost sounds like it should be in freaking Africa, no? Holy shit. And then Vosh is really going to sit there and argue shit he knows nothing about. That's beautiful. It's fucking beautiful, bro.